Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. This week's episode is sponsored by a guy who came in third place in MA2 at both Minekill and the Jammer this year. Patreon member and one half of Camel Case Corey, Brian Monahan. This week we got Alex, Evan, Tim, Corey, and Jaimen. Randy and Eric should be on after Putting League. A few events coming up. Got the 13th annual two-town turkey trot. That is Saturday, November 22nd. Registration will still be open until Friday at 6 p.m. Anybody here playing that?
Nope.
I actually tried to sign up, but they don't have MP50. They got AM40, AM50, AM60, MP40, and MP60, but no MP50.
Would that be your first 50?
Yeah. I mean, Joe scared me away from it, any 40 division, so what are you going to do? Also, the Discap presents the Turkey Throwdown 16 driven by Innova. That's a doubles tournament, Saturday, November 29th. It's full, but I just like pointing it out. Skylands is doing double basket, double doubles, Sunday, November 30th at Warwick. The Wilcox Wonderland, Saturday, December 6th, 2025. Registration's open for that until December 5th at 8 p.m.
Kind of wanted to do that, and then I realized Stonykillers has a match that day.
It's also 27 holes this year, one round.
What was it before?
And all reds.
Last year was just 2 18-hole layout. We also have a match, so I couldn't make it anyways, but that was a bummer.
So you didn't go last year?
I went last year.
Was there a light issue near the end? Is that why they maybe modified it?
Not that I remember. You know, I also play in pro, so we're usually first ones off.
Anybody else planning on playing?
I think everybody has a match that day.
I don't. Let's see.
Is that Lemonheads too?
Lemonheads, we're going out to Pyramids on the 6th. Yep.
Looks like only one player in the pro division right now, Brian Heller, is playing MPO. So maybe I'll sign up for MP50, or if Brian's the only one in MPO, I'll take him on. Figure, give me a shot.
It.
I probably won't. I don't want to lose to Brian. Following weekend, we got Saturday, December 13th is FDR December double basket doubles. You guys have a match then as well, right, Jaimen?
Yeah, that's New York Team Challenge
weekend.
New
York Team Challenge. So that's mostly as well.
Yeah, everything this winter is just Team Challenge weekend. Doesn't hurt that half of the weekends of the winter are Team Challenge either.
Yeah, and any given month, one of them is going to be for New York, and another, potentially two others are for New England. Because I mean, you guys could have don't you have usually a floating match or something too?
Yeah,
yep.
For New York too this year.
Hey, but there is 5 Saturdays in January coming up.
True.
All right. Anything else that I missed coming up?
Yeah, there is actually a new course being built in Salem, New York, and there's a doubles tournament on Sunday, November 30th, run by Greg Hill.
Nice.
Is that the Saw up there?
That is. I was there yesterday and helped out clearing a couple of holes, and the place is massive and has a lot of cool statues and sculptures all over the property. It's going to be a fun course to play.
Where the heck is Salem?
Massachusetts.
Between like South Glens Falls and Vermont, more towards the Vermont border.
It's on the Vermont border. It's just above Cambridge.
Yeah, it's got some great views. You're looking east towards all the Vermont mountains. It's pretty scenic.
Salem near Cambridge, and it's neither of them are in Massachusetts. That's crazy. All right. Well, our guest this week has been a PDGA member since 2022 and already has 10 career wins, mostly in the MA40 division, including 4 this year at Minekill, the Stonewall Classic, and a couple 2025 NADGT exclusive events, which we'll talk about in a bit. I mentioned it earlier, but he's also the primary reason I'll be moving to the 50-plus divisions in the near future. Welcome to the podcast, correspondent Joe Caron.
Thank you for having me, guys. It's great to finally be on here.
I meant to ask before, do you prefer Joe or Joseph, or does it matter?
It's Joe unless I'm in trouble.
Okay. No, I just only mention that because your PDGA is Joseph, but of course you're going to go with your full name there. So I was just double checking.
Yeah.
So how did you first discover disc golf?
I was back in about 2003. I had graduated from the University of Buffalo and decided to move to Florida because I've been in the Northeast my whole life, and why not go to Florida in your early 20s? My coworker had mentioned it, and his birthday was like a week later, so I bought him a starter pack and myself a starter pack. Went and played a couple rounds. I probably played about 8 to 10 rounds in Florida and just got distracted by all the other fun things in Orlando and kind of lost it. And then about 15 years later, I saw that there was a course at SPAC and grabbed my bag of discs from 15 years earlier and went over there and started chucking, and sucked me right in. I basically played at SPAC for 2 full years without venturing out anywhere else. The second year I started playing the doubles league there, met quite a few people, and really opened my eyes to how much bigger it is here and the community and the tournaments and the PDGA and all that stuff. I really had no idea what any of that was. And so, yeah, just kind of fell in my lap in Florida and then distanced myself from it and then reemerged at 40 years old and picked it up again.
That would have been around 2018 or later.
Oh, when I started back up again?
Mm-hmm.
It was right around 2020, 2019. Yeah, I think it was the end of 2019, like in the fall of 2019.
Okay. Do you remember that starter pack? What was in it?
I don't even think I have any of those discs anymore. I think I lost every single one of them. It was an Innova starter pack though, so it was probably like the AVR and a Leopard 3 and I don't know, something else.
What got you to sign up for the PDGA?
I think I just wanted to be more competitive and start diving into it more than just leagues. I'm sure somebody in leagues, I started picking their brain about tournaments and other leagues and courses. And because up until that time, I only knew of SPAC. I didn't know Crandall existed or Heiser Creek or anything south. I literally just played SPAC for 2 years straight with just my dog and I. I was just talking to somebody, I'm sure I don't know who, but just told me, hey, there's tournaments and this is UDisc and this is the PDGA app and disc golf scene. And I had no idea what any of that was until the leagues. I basically got a PGA number just for tournaments. That's all.
You said SPAC. How far is that from where you live?
From my house, it's about 20 minutes, which is about the same distance as Crandall. CTK. Wild West is probably about a couple minutes farther than that.
So with that many options, what would you consider your home course now?
I don't really play SPAC that much anymore. I only go there for Monday doubles, and that's probably half the time this year. Mondays are tough with playing tournaments every weekend, so Monday's kind of a rest day. But I would say probably shifted more towards Crandall or CTK.
All right. Do you remember your first PDGA tournament?
Yeah, it was Schenectady. The Pines, I can't remember exactly.
Beyond the Pines. I was on your card,
Beyond the
Joe.
Pines, thank you. Yep, that was my first tournament, and I actually had a great first round and was, I think, on the lead card or chase card. And then I had one bad hole. We actually, which hole was it? It's the hole just before you cross the road. It's got to be like 12, maybe 13, before you cross the road to go to, is that 14 and 15, and then you come back over?
Yeah, it's probably 13.
I think it was 13.
Yeah,
13 before they moved the basket. So
yeah,
it was more on the left side.
it was 14.
It was called
14.
14. Okay.
Yeah, so I threw a shot up the right side, hyzered out, and then we went looking for it and could not find it anywhere. Looked and looked and looked, ran out of time. I had to go back and re-tee. Didn't throw as well. Threw my second shot about 10 feet from where my first one landed, which was about 20 feet from the basket. So instead of shooting a birdie, I shot I think it was a 6, and that dropped me down right out of the top 10. So learned a lesson there. Look a little farther, look a little closer to the basket because you may have thrown a better shot than you thought you did.
Tim, you said you played on the card. Was that first round or second?
First round, Joe and I were on the same card, and I think we both shot 3 down. It was a good card.
And I'd never played the course before.
Joe's usually good playing blind.
Yeah, I played, what was it, the Stonewall Classic. You hadn't played there, right?
I had not played there before, no.
Yeah.
I actually love that course, though. I would like to get back there again. It's just really far.
Yeah.
Pretty deep field in MA3 that day.
The first round, Joe and I were playing in the same hole 14. This is where I knew Joe was a good putter. He had probably like 45, 50 footer off to the left-hand side of where the old pin was, which is just trees everywhere. And I was standing behind him, and I saw the line he was going for. It was probably 3 discs wide, and he nailed that entire line all the way through and smashed chains for, I think it was a birdie at the time. I think it was a 3. And I sat there going, okay. And I said, I'm like, I never would have ran that. And he goes, that's what I'm good at. I'm good at putting.
Yeah, no, but Evan, you're right. 48 players in rec.
Yeah, that was a big tournament.
135, yeah.
That was back COVID times. What did I even get in that tournament? Like 12th or 13th or something? I learned a lot in that tournament.
I feel like Schenectady just has a way of putting you some spots, not in the actual playing, but just like first tournament, Central Park. I think I learned a lot of lessons too. The very first one was don't eat that much on lunch. I've been carrying that with me since 2017.
Mm-hmm. And don't put any valuables in your car.
Well, yeah, that one, yeah.
That one's location specific, but also a good general rule of thumb.
I got tied for 19th, but only +2 But the winner had -9. So
Who won it?
Ryan Carpenter shot -9.
Yeah.
Cameron Tarbox -8. Yeah, I mean the top 11 were all under par. So were you guys playing a different layout?
Yeah, we were probably playing the
Yeah,
shorts.
MA3 was playing the shorts.
Okay, because I was gonna say MA2 -1 is the leader there, so they must
Bunch of baggers in MA3 that day.
Mm.
Hey, we can probably all beat the guys that were in the top 5 now.
Hey, I'm one
Tim
of
was
those guys.
fourth.
I was gonna say, hey.
Like I said. Sorry, Tim. Just kidding.
All good. I got you twice this year, so it's all good.
You did. Yeah.
With tournaments and such, I've noticed you travel a bit. What's the farthest you've traveled to go to a disc golf course?
Would have been Austin a few weeks ago. Yeah, Austin, Texas. I'd say my next farthest would have been the C1 Maine Classic this year up in Lewiston, Maine.
How many unique courses have you played?
73, but there might be a couple in there I didn't use U-Disc on, but 73 is what that shows.
Nice.
Yep. Got 5 of them in Austin alone.
Is there a dream course you haven't played that you'd like to play?
I would love to get over to like Finland and play some of the courses that way for sure. I've played all kind of the local ones. What was it 501 mile marker? I'd like to go play there. I haven't hit that one up yet.
That's near Maple Hill, right?
Yeah, I think it's on the way. I've never been there, but I think it's on the way.
So you haven't played Maple Hill either?
Oh, I've definitely played Maple Hill.
Oh, you have. Okay.
So wide open field, 200-foot shot, no wind, perfectly flat. What are you throwing and how are you throwing it?
I'm probably going to go with the Ontario Mold Stingray. It's just a disc I use a lot, and I just know how it flies. For that, it would probably just be a straight flat shot. It'll turn a little bit and then finish out straight.
Nice.
Love it.
I figured you were just going to putt it.
Not 200 feet.
Corey, you have a question?
Yeah, I don't know, Joe. I guess it'll be pretty basic with this one. Okay. So you don't really play spec that much anymore, and you say you mostly go for Monday dubs. And instead of just having like the whole lose your bag scenario, I'm curious, when you first started playing disc golf again, like not with your starter pack, but like, once you knew you were going to start playing again at Saratoga, what 3 discs and what putting putter were you using back then compared to what do you think you'd be using now on like a singles scoring round?
All right. Well, my putter back then was an AVR. I now putt with a Hooligan Dime. Big fan of that disc. Love it. Driver. I'm trying to even think of what I used back then now.
Probably all 3 drivers.
All 3 drivers? Okay. Oh, well.
No, I'm just saying, classic game move. We've all been there.
Oh, yeah. They're all drivers? Yeah. No. I don't even know what I used as a driver back then. Jeez. I smartened up and probably was only using Leopard 3s to drive with because I had no power or RPMs when throwing a driver, so everything just hyzered out hard on me. Nowadays, I would probably use the Viking Ragnarok as my main driver. I definitely used a Mako 3 back then. I still use a Mako 3 now. Love that disc too. And then the Stingray. I use the Stingray on probably most of Saratoga for drives and approaches, and then just putt it. Or a Berg. I found if I just play with only a Berg, I actually play quite well. Figured that out at Crandall's 1 disc challenge. Shot my best round ever there with just a Berg.
I feel like a Berg is good for both those courses.
Yeah, I don't really remember what I was throwing back then anymore. I have a rack of 300 discs. I don't even know if any of those are still in there. I've changed quite a bit.
I've got a similar rack, and it's like, I will probably never throw these, but I don't think anybody wants them either. So they're just sitting there, It's not like I could give them away because they're just so random. I would trade that whole rack for like a stack of putters, the same.
Yeah. Just take these and give me something I'll actually use.
Yeah. Evan, you got a question?
Yeah. I always say one of my favorite parts about MA40 is that everybody gets the movie references, but also people tend to have similar musical tastes. So when you're out on the course, Joe, and you've got the Bluetooth speaker, what kind of stuff would we expect to hear on your playlist?
So I use my phone a lot. I have probably 2,000 songs on my phone, and I pretty much tell everybody, this weekend when we were playing Team Challenge, I was like, do you guys mind if I play music? And they're like, nope. I said, all right, well, I'm just going to put it on shuffle. If you don't like something, just let me know. I won't take offense. Most of that is 80s, 90s, and 2000s rock. There's some classic rock in there for sure. Tool, Perfect Circle, Foo Fighters. Yeah, I guess those were pretty much my go-to. Mostly classic rock and 80s is my favorite.
Follow-up question. Are you as big a fan of the band Alice in Chains as your Dubs team would lead us to believe?
I love Alice in Chains.
Excellent answer.
No, Alice in Chains is great. I wish they lasted a little bit longer. but it is what it is. That name actually originated from Jay O'Leary and I brainstorming on what to call our dubs team. And we went back and forth with, 20 different names or something. And then he just said, Chains Addiction. And I said, that is it right there. That is beautiful. Thank you. Good job, buddy. And it's kind of stuck with me. I used Jay O'Leary as a partner and Joe Riley. I've tried keeping it more of a Jay and I name, but I like the name too much, and Jay hasn't played a whole lot this year, so I've started using it with Joe Riley and I as well. But Joe Riley and I also have the slightly above average Joes as our name as well. So, but yeah, I got to give credit to Jay O'Leary on coming up with that name.
No Baba Joe Riley?
Next time.
Alex, you got a question?
Yeah. So, what do you like to see on a disc golf course? Or, alternatively, what's something you don't like to see on a disc golf course? Everybody wants to see, the classic stuff, but if there's anything specific to you or, any pet peeves that you have or anything like that, that sort of thing.
I like elevation changes. Went to Texas and everything's flat down there. Good tee boxes. I hate slipping when trying to throw. So having something with some good traction is definitely nice to have. Signage, if you're at a course where you're pulling up U-disc trying to navigate, not too big of a fan of that. And some difficulty. I don't like completely open courses. I like to have a little mix of everything. I don't like completely all woods, but I like being able to turn and shape things, but I also like throwing hard and getting some distance too. So a variation of some sorts with elevation and good signage and tee box. Oh, and things I hate, I learned in Texas, I do not like clay ground or really rocky ground. That was a little bit of a learning curve for sure being down there and figuring out how things really skip on clay or don't do anything when the whole fairway is just rocks. That wasn't that enjoyable to kind of play roulette and hope your disc did what you hope it to do.
Do you think that's why disc golf didn't take the first time in Florida, the lack of elevation?
No, I was just in my 20s and there was way more entertaining things down there than disc golf. Yeah, the beaches and Universal Studio, Disney, some really amazing bars. Disc golf wasn't pulling me in, with all those other things that would buy my time and that were way more entertaining for me as a 20-year-old.
Nice. Well, speaking of bars and such, what's your go-to course beverage?
If I'm playing doubles, league or something, I'll drink ciders. I don't really drink beer. Angry Orchard or 1911 of some sort. Those are delicious and very refreshing. If I'm playing competitively, I'm just drinking water or Gatorade. Alcohol really messes up my timing, so I've learned that, and I just don't.
All right. Note to self. Next time, all right, I'll have to bring something.
Feed Joe beers.
Yeah. Tim, what do you got?
Joe, what is your perfect card for you playing a great round, having a good time? Who are the three other people on your card that you really want if you want to play your best and have the best time?
Let's see. Jay O'Leary, Joe Riley, Greg Hill. Those guys are always fun to play with, always joking around, having a good time, yet still trying to play, against each other. Still competitively, but still fun.
So you're saying the doubles team of you and Joe Riley is a great doubles team for the Lemonheads.
Wasn't it?
It was a great team.
Yeah. The funny part with playing with Joe Riley is even if he's on your team, he will still bust your balls. Like he's against you. I'm like, Joe, I'm on your team. He's like, well, you kind of threw a terrible shot. I'm like, I can appreciate that. Thank you. But maybe positivity might help better. We had a fun time because we played doubles with each other this past weekend. And then we played in a tournament at the Machine last weekend. And the whole time he was just giving me shit. And I was able to give it back to him because he would say, oh, yeah, you might want to try and throw it a little higher next time. And he would follow it up with a low shot right into the grass. And I would just literally quote what he said to me right back at him. So he's good for that. That was actually great timing every time he said it. So, but yeah, I enjoy playing with Joe and Jay, and Greg's a good time. Yeah.
So you got to ask him, Tim.
All right.
Yep. Go ahead.
Who are you starting? Who are you benching? And who are you cutting of those three?
I'm going to start Joe Riley just based solely on ability. Cut Jay O'Leary only because this year he's started getting back into ball golf again and kind of away from disc golf. So again, skill level probably deteriorating just a little bit. But he is my partner coming up for the SAW tournament. So hopefully he surprises me. And then I guess bench would be Greg.
Nice. Who's your favorite pro golfer?
Owens Goggins for sure. She's just a blast to watch. And I was privileged to be able to interact with her a little bit when we went to the MVP championship. We went down there to run the putting arena during the championship. And she came to what is it, the park called? Blizzard Park? What is it?
Polar.
Polar Park. Thank you. She came to Polar Park and checked out the putting arena, and I was explaining to her how it worked and all that stuff. And she kind of looked at me questioning, and I said, hold on. I went and grabbed my putters and said, let's go. And we just went and played around together, and then did the exact same thing at the MVP Championship in the putting arena that we had set up in the barn. She came in there to check it out, and we played another round together, and she's just fun. She's just happy all the time, and she could mess up and she's still happy. She's okay with missing. Just a very positive, sweet. She gave me one of her Sharpies. In fact, I was having one of my discs signed, and I ran out of ink in the Sharpie. I had so many signatures on it, and she just gave me one of her Sharpies. She said, oh, here you go, use this one. I said, oh, thank you very much. And yeah, just all right, cool, fun lady. So, but as far as guys go, I'll be honest, I didn't get into watching pros until about 2 years ago. So Isaac, I like watching him. Eagle 2 years ago was fun to watch too, just watching these guys rip and bomb. And now in the last 2 years, you have Anthony Barella and these guys that are just ripping discs. And it's just amazing, kind of just awe-inspiring how easily they throw it. And it just goes. It's crazy. Watching them at MVP, I was able to follow Barsby around on the first round. I just walked with him all 18 holes. Didn't have a pass to do that, but I just walked with him. And then on the second to last round, I was crowd control for Calvin Heimberg's card, and that was a lot of fun. I was crowd control for the final round lead card and got to watch all them throw, and it was just amazing to watch them throw with such ease and just hit these shots that would take me 2 or 3 throws to get to the same distance. So something to work on.
You mentioned Greg Barsby. Did you know
Yeah.
him? Because I know he's been up north a few times, like for New York State.
Yeah, I've hung out with Greg quite a few times now. They didn't do it this year, but last year and the year before, he and his crew, I think it was Philo and Matt Bell, came last year and did a kind of a tutorial instruction at Wild West Ranch. And then the year before that was just Barsby. So I got to interact with him both years. He's good friends with Greg Hill. So we hung out a little bit outside of those events. At MVP, I hung out with him Tuesday night, and then we saw him on Wednesday at the MVP Championships and talked to him for a little bit. And then I said, I'm going to come out, walk with you. And he's like, cool, man. And he's just the coolest guy, very laid back. It was his first round, and he was just chatting with me the whole time. Just like, there was a few holes. He's like, this hole's stupid. And he throws it and he goes, see what I'm talking about? It's just a stupid hole. And he didn't even play it bad. He's just wasn't his style. But yeah, he's a really cool guy. Yeah, I enjoy hanging out and chat with him. So I'm lucky to have the opportunity to be able to.
Absolutely. What's NADGT?
National Amateur Disc Golf Tour. I'm not sure how many tournaments they've put out this year, but they approached Greg Hill and said, hey, we'll pay you to run some tournaments. And Greg's like, okay. And so, yeah, we had some local qualifying tournaments for the championship, which they've been doing down in Austin, Texas. I actually think I qualified in 2 different tournaments, but qualified in the first one, which allowed anyone under me in the second tournament to qualify as well. So it kind of just dropped down to the next people, which Hans Huntsberger was able to take advantage of. And then we had 2 other guys, Eamon Foster and Jim Burns, also went down to Austin for the championship, which is a lot of fun. And I hope to be able to qualify again this coming year and do it all over again, because it was just really fun, amazing experience. They just kept you busy the whole time. The tournament was Wednesday to Saturday, 4 rounds, a single round each day. Monday through Saturday, they also had a flex tournament at a different course. So you could technically play 6 flex tournaments as well as the championship tournament down there. They also had the longest drive championship and putting championship, as well as glow at Flying Armadillo and quite a few other things. It was quite packed with events.
The 2025 NADGT exclusive at Wild West Ranch was back in April.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, was there any thought of, hey, I'll play in this tournament and maybe actually qualify at that point to travel to Texas? Or how did that come about?
I was actually trying to qualify for a different championship, the Power Disc Golf Academy Championship Series qualifier. I went all the way up to Paul Smith's and played at the Bark Eater Disc Golf Course for the first time. Took first in that. I've never played that course before, and I smoked the course, so it was kind of cool. I was planning on doing that one. That would have qualified you for the finale at Eagles Crossing. I was going to do that, and then 3 of our local guys qualified for the one down in Austin, and I kind of changed gears and opted to go down to Austin with those guys instead of to Eagles Crossing by myself. Maybe we'll save that one for another year. You asked me earlier what was a course I would love to go to, and Eagles Crossing is definitely on the list, my probably top 5 of ones I would love to go play and check out.
Where's that one?
Where is Eagles Crossing? It's in the middle of the country. Anyone want to chime in?
Michigan, Wisconsin,
St.
Missouri.
Louis, Missouri area.
Indiana or something?
It's in Missouri.
It's Missouri. All right.
Jaimen's right. It's like, 45 minutes outside of St. Louis, I think?
Something like that. Dave Martin just went and played it.
Yeah, it's Hawk Point, Missouri.
Hawk to a point. What?
Evan, you played in this first qualifier, the Wild West Ranch, where you actually, it looks like you beat Joe by a stroke.
Yeah, I did
Do you remember
terrible that day.
Yeah, that sounds plausible. That was back in what, April?
Yeah, Tomas Salez and Terry Hudson tied for first initially. It looks like Tomas ended up winning it in a playoff or something, but you came in third at even and Joe was in fourth at +1.
Yeah, I shot 2 over 900 rated rounds that day. I historically have played pretty well there. I like that course. Yeah, that was a good weekend.
I see you played in 3 of them here. Wild West Ranch, Albatross Creek, and then 1,000 Acres. The second one is the one where you qualified, and 1,000 Acres was the one where somebody else was able to qualify. How'd that work?
I'm not sure. I played in so many tournaments this year. I'm scrolling through.
Cool.
They're all a blur. Yeah, 1,000 Acres Wild West. Hans was able to go because I had already qualified in the Albatross.
Who did you do this trip with?
Hans Huntsberger. He's in MA40 with me, and then Eamon Foster was in MA3, and Jim Burns was MA60, I believe. He was MA60.
How far off is his name from the villain of Die Hard?
Hans Gruber?
Oh, it was Gruber. For some reason, I thought it was like Hard.
The first name, yeah, one name off.
It's kind of a badass name, though.
They're both Hans and they end in ER. No, but I get you. Did you guys travel together?
Hans wanted to drive down there because he wanted to play a few courses on the way down and on the way back, as well as have a car down there. So that worked out well for me. I decided to fly. I have 1 million Southwest miles, so I flew to Austin for $11, which was the tax.
Did you get to pick your own seat, or was that not available yet?
The assigned seating for Southwest, I think, starts at the start of the year. So yeah, you just get in line and then you first come, first serve, which is kind of how I like it, honestly.
Oh, so it doesn't happen until the first of next year?
I believe so. I don't hold me to that, but it's not for like another month or so.
Okay.
So yeah, I flew down. He picked me up. He had a little issue on the way down there. He was in Ohio, and as he said, it was the biggest raccoons he's ever seen in his life, and he couldn't do anything but hit him, which took his radiator and intercooler out.
Oh, man.
So he had to get that repaired the next day. Luckily, he was able to get it repaired that day and continue on. He just missed out on playing courses on the way down.
Was that his car or a rental on the way down?
That was his wife's car.
Oh, all right.
What did he say? They were the size of Thanksgiving turkeys. He said they were the biggest raccoons he's ever seen. So, and then I saw the dent on his bumper. It was kind of high up. It wasn't like it just went underneath it.
Yeah.
Like he hit quite a bit of it.
Crazy.
So I called him just to check on him, and he's like, actually, I'm in Ohio right now. I was like, oh, okay. I thought you'd be a little farther. He goes, yeah. He goes, last night I hit 2 raccoons. I couldn't avoid him. There was a truck next to me and da-da-da-da-da. So, yeah, he just blasted him. A little delay there. But, yeah, he made it down there, thankfully. And then Eamon and Jim came down on Tuesday, the day before the actual tournament started.
The side game series, did you have to qualify for that, or you just played it while you were down there?
That was the flex tournaments that I was talking about. So that was on Monday. We were able to get in and play that flex tournament, which went pretty well. I was happy with it. I shot a 900-something rated round, and it was a fun course. It was a good practice for Thursday. That would have been the course we were playing on Thursday in the actual championship tournament.
Nice.
Yeah, that was at the Zilker Park in Austin.
Came in, was it 6th place? Is that what I saw?
Yeah.
Yeah, -2. What was the layout for the tournament? How many days and how many courses?
It's 4 days, 1 round each day. We played Circle C on the 1st and 4th day. We played Zilker Park on the Thursday, the 2nd round. And then 3rd round was...
C-Rate?
Yes. Mary something, see, right? Yeah, that was Friday. We would have played that course and then back to Circle C on Saturday. My favorite was Zilker. It was a little more open of a course, allowed me to just kind of sit back and rip some discs. Circle C was tough because it was mostly clay ground and rocks. So you could have thrown a great shot and it just either hit a rock and stopped you dead, or it skipped off the rock and sent you 50 feet where you didn't want to go. Also, on our first actual round of that championship, it was the strongest winds I've ever played in. It was 30 to 40 mile an hour winds with gusts up to 50. And it was just insane to watch the action of some of these discs. Some people will throw a great shot and then the wind just turned and you watch the disc just get flipped around and sent. And it was interesting. I just tried to keep everything nice and low and short and just try and keep it in the fairway. And of course, that definitely did not happen. So I didn't play bad the first round in the wind. I think a lot of people had trouble with it. And me just playing a safe game kind of helped keep me in it a bit. I was playing against guys where hometown was Austin for them. So, I was trying to pick their brain as much as they would let me. Some of these guys were not giving up a whole lot of information. And there's other guys that didn't care. And they were just like, oh, yeah, it's, you got to go up there, past that tree, whatever have you. But it was an interesting round, that first round, for sure.
Shot 923.
I was happy to make it out with not losing any discs.
Yeah. Did you guys stay together, you and Hans?
Hans and I did, yeah. Eamon and Jim roomed together. They were at a different hotel, maybe like 15, 20 minutes from us. We didn't plan that part out.
How far were the courses from where you guys stayed?
We were about 15 minutes from the airport and probably about 15 or 20 minutes from the 3 courses that were in the championship round for us. We played Flying Armadillo Glow on Thursday night, and that was probably like 35, 40 minutes away. Definitely worth going to. That course was really cool.
So you played at least 6 rounds while you were down there?
I played 2 practice rounds Sunday, practice round Monday, a competitive round Monday, 2 practice rounds Tuesday. We were going to play a flex on Wednesday after we played Circle C, and I basically told Hans, I said, I'm not feeling like playing another round today. And he said he was happy to hear that. So we only played 1 round on Wednesday. Thursday, we played 2 rounds. We played our competitive round at Silker, and then we went to Flying Armadillo and played a mini basket round as well as a glow round. And then Friday, we just played the 1 round.
That's some Muccelli-esque disc golf playing right there.
Yeah. And then Saturday, played 1.5 rounds, played our final round, and then we went to Spring Valley and played 9 holes there. In there somewhere, I played a putting championship qualifying round, which put me into the finals on Friday evening.
Goodness.
And was happy to tied for second on that one. So it went well. As far as the putting goes, I was a little upset because I was making all the hard ones and missing the easy putts. So it was a little frustrating with that, but I was happy to play against as many people as I did and come out with second. So
I don't have the problem of making the hard ones, but I have the problem of missing the easy ones. So I'm halfway with you right there.
Yeah, those are the frustrating ones where the gimmies, the ones that you should make, and then you just crap.
That's why every once in a while when someone makes a tap in, I say, good putt, because those are the ones you got to make.
No doubt. So you said that next year you'd be interested in doing that power disc golf. What if Greg does this again?
I'm hopeful to qualify and go to Austin again. Honestly, I would love to do that again. Just having another set of rounds down there to be able to compete a little bit more against some of these more local guys would be nice. I'd love to move up a few rating points or a few places for sure. I went back and looked at my 4 rounds there and I just counted off like, you shouldn't do this, but it was like 15 strokes I could have easily gotten back with just playing it a little bit differently or just, being more conservative or not conservative or, my goal was top 50% when I went down there. I just want to be in the top 50% and I'd be happy with that. I think I was at top 40%. And, if I go back next year, I certainly would like to improve upon that. Knowing the courses a little bit more should help with that. I would love to definitely go down there again and do that.
Do you have any thoughts of doing, isn't there like an AM Masters?
There is. I don't honestly know that much about it. I've accrued a bazillion points. I don't know what it takes to qualify for it, but I've played in, I think, 4 A tiers this year, something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure what the cutoff is point-wise to get an invite, but, if they threw me an invite, I would jump on it for sure.
No, I just didn't know if that was something. So that's not something that's actively on your radar there.
That's not one of my goals. I just play a lot, and I just want to do good every time I play. That's really my goal. And whatever comes of that, I will happily roll with. Just like, going to Austin, or last year going to USDGC AM doubles, which I did with Joe Riley last year, and that was an absolutely amazing experience. Greg Hill being from down there and Innova sponsored, we got off the plane, drove straight to the Innova warehouse and got a tour around the whole place. I bought probably like 15 Halo discs, and there you go, Corey. I bought a bunch of discs.
Spreading the love.
Yeah, when I went to fly out, coming back, I put my suitcase on the scale and it said 49.8. And I looked at the lady. I said, "What's the cutoff?" She said 50. I said,
50, yeah.
"Just made it."
You probably could have got another disc in there.
Yeah, there was mostly discs in there. If I had to take any weight out, I would have just pulled a few discs, put them in my carry-on bag, which was my disc golf bag. So would have made it work. But yeah, going down to Austin, or was it Rock Hill, South Carolina? Just fun, amazing experiences. So when Austin kind of happened, I said, yeah, I want to do that and go and experience doing something that grand. Very happy I've done both of those last year and this year. So, if something happens next year, I'm hopeful to be able to do it again for sure.
Absolutely. Last year you played in New York Team Challenge, right? You guys played with the North?
Yeah. Last year, me and Jacob Dunbar and his wife spearheaded making a new team at Albatross, and we called our team the North, and had a real fun team, great experience. We had, I think, the only course in the New York Team Challenge that had indoor bathrooms and a place to kind of tournament central, call it, and eat food and socialize. But this year, we just could not get enough girls. We only had 2. We had another one that was pregnant, and we just couldn't make a team happen, which is all right. I jumped into New England Team Challenge on the Lemonheads team, the new team. I think 2 teams would have been too much anyway. So just kind of worked out. I'm hopeful we can get some girls for next year and get the team back, because there's just not a great representation for the people up north, Glens Falls area. There's quite a few players, just not a team for them to play on. So that's partially why I created the team last year. There was a lot of players. Crandall Park is always packed at doubles and other events that are run there, and there's just a lot of players. And I said, you know what, let's make a team. We just need to get more girls.
I would argue that a pregnant woman playing would get a bonus half a point. No?
She's throwing for 2.
Try and make that work.
I mean, yeah, you're throwing for 2. So that's like the reverse of a negative penalty. You get a half a point.
Yeah. We'll review that with Caitlin, see if we can get that put into the rules.
I'm just saying that's something for your next meeting. So you're playing for the Lemonheads. Now you missed the first match.
Yeah, I was flying out. I think I was flying out the next day after their first match. I believe that's the scenario.
How did you find out about the first match?
We have a team page on Facebook, and we also have a Facebook messenger chats and stuff. So yeah, I found out pretty much instantly after they finished. Everything was posted, and it looks like they played great. So nice job on the matchups and winning those.
Heck yeah. So Evan, you got your first home match, Westy. I'm guessing Westy is a Massachusetts team?
Correct. I haven't played Westy. It's something Nick Atcatz talks about a lot. He loves it there, but I haven't made it out to play the course yet.
Yeah, Westy, it definitely sounds, Randy, like a Boston term, no?
It might be Westy Acres. I don't know if I'm getting that right.
I mean, I know where it is, which is far west in Massachusetts, actually. But I agree, Westy has the vibe.
How far is it from Worcester?
Ooh, I mean, probably an hour.
All right.
Yeah, probably an hour west.
So what was the thought process, Evan? What did you know about these guys going in?
From the scouting that Tim had done, as well as Devin Lamke, again, both doing a great job with learning about the other team. On paper, it looked like it was going to be a tougher matchup than Flat Rock was. But again, that's just based on numbers that, you can either pull somebody's PDJ number. A lot of times that's the best thing to go by. Sometimes you don't have that. But Tim does a great job laying that out, visually in a way that we can kind of see what the potential matchups could be based on what we think people are rated. And we knew it would be a battle, but playing at home for the first time, we were cautiously optimistic.
What was the thought as far as the layouts?
We had talked about that. I had talked to Jaimen and Kenji and other people about kind of the different ways to think about that. I think definitely something to take advantage of at JPark is the ability to not have a lot of overlap from the first round to the second, so that a team coming in who maybe they've played there, maybe they've practiced, maybe they haven't, you don't give them a chance to make the adjustments in round 2. So I think the best way to do that is north and south because there's no overlap, but that can be a pretty long day. So something that the other teams had said they had done and what we decided to do is to play east for match play round 1 and then south for doubles in round 2.
What about hole 11? What was the status of that?
So that was the hole where, if you're familiar with it, it's you're teeing off from just inside the tree line, across the field. The basket was nice and framed up. That big old tree came down.
That's a 1-run, Corey? What was it called? The whole name?
That is correct. 1 run.
Thanks, Corey.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a low battery warning on my headset, so I went to go plug it in. So, of course, that's the one moment where you called on me.
So the big tree had come down. I had seen it in person last week on Saturday, and it hadn't been cleaned up at all. Corey had said he was going to go and take a look at it, and then I got, was it Brian Bickersmith that sent a picture of the town was out there working on it?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Or I don't remember who alerted us to that.
I think, Brian was down there when it was happening.
So shout out to Dan, the highway superintendent, because when I'd emailed him, just kind of asking if they knew about it, he says he wasn't sure they'd get to it, but they did. And then I know I got other pictures that at least Brian and Greg, and I don't know who else. Corey, did you go out and help?
No, I didn't have to.
Yeah, no, it was great. It's a different hole now. I mean, the basket was untouched, obviously, but it's good the tree is kind of behind the basket now.
Did they completely remove it?
No, it hit the ground and pretty violently embedded into the ground, and the limbs, exploded, and they cleaned up a lot of that.
And the basket wasn't impacted in any way?
No, luckily it was not.
JPark is a holy place, Our baskets survived.
I went and looked, and it was very close to affecting it. So
nice. So did Joe go out first, or I see he played a Walt B? Who was put out? Do you remember, Evan? Or actually, Tim might be the better person to ask. I'm not sure.
We threw first. So Ross was our first. So I think I threw Joe.
I know you've got like this eidetic memory. Any thoughts on Walt B? Do you know him off the top of your head?
No, I just look at my chart with all my research and I see like what gives us the best matchups. So I have it broken down by what I think Walt B's rating would be, or if they have a rating, I'll take that. But I also do a lot of looking into how they've played against other people in Team Challenge, either past years or the past month. So I threw Joe, and then when they responded with Walt, I was pretty happy about that with our matchup there.
That was my question. Was it a positive or a negative?
Honestly, this matchup, when we were doing this, there were very few matchups that I wasn't happy about.
Okay. How'd your round go, Joe?
Started a little slow, honestly. We had to walk all the way out to hole 24, which is kind of in the back. I took the first hole, threw a nice shot, and ended up parring it. He bogeyed it, and then he came right back on the next hole and won that one. And then I came back on the next hole and won that one. Pushed the fourth hole. He took the fifth hole, which tied it up. And then we got to hole 32 and throw another nice drive. Laid it up, took the par. He bogeyed it, and that was pretty much it. I took 3 more holes on the back 9 and won it 4 and 3. Had some good putting. He had mentioned, he's like, "Oh, you can putt really well." And I said, "Yeah, I was 4 strokes behind Greg Barsby at the New York State Putting Championships this year." And he's like, "What?"
What a flex.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I lost to him by 4 last year as well. So yeah, I like being that close to Greg Barsby. So that works. I'm happy about that. And I will definitely name drop that anytime. But yeah, my matchup went well. It was just a slow start. It just kind of back and forth for 5 holes, and then just finally started getting in my rhythm and took it down in the last 9. Didn't really give him much of a chance to come back.
How far is JPark for you?
About an hour and 5 minutes.
Okay. Is that one you get to often, or mostly just for events and such?
No, I played JPark maybe 2 or 3 times a year.
So Tim, if my math is correct, you also put yourself out.
I did, yeah. I usually throw myself.
And you played Chris B. How'd that go?
So I played Chris, and that was a pretty even match in my book. According to mine, it was like 3 points difference between the two of us. And I've been working on a new trigger in my throw to like get a little bit cleaner release and get a little bit more distance. So it kind of threw me off to start when we played 31 and 32. And I usually throw like a 7-speed, and I decided to throw a mid-range. I don't know. On 31, I was 35 feet from the basket with a mid-range. And then 32, I was 18 feet past the basket throwing it. And I've never done that before. So it was pretty awesome to see. And I went up quick on Chris. I was 2 up. But then when we got to hole 13, I've been throwing a flippier disc because I haven't been throwing very well and been using like a hyzer flip up to get as much distance as I can. I completely overturned my disc, and it went far, but it went out of bounds. And he took one up on me there. And then I started to fall apart. This is the first team challenge match that I've had where the other player, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, but it wasn't a friendly match. He wanted to win. He approached every hole after I threw, he threw. He needed to know where my disc was before he'd throw his next shot. Not that that's a bad thing. He wasn't a nice guy. We had, we were complimenting each other on throws and stuff like that. But it was very competitive to where I'd throw a great shot where I was, 20 feet from the basket. Even if he's, 100 feet back, 200 feet back, he would walk up to make sure I found my disc first so he could see exactly where I was. I've never experienced that in team because I've only played New York, where everybody, everybody knows each other pretty much in New York. So it was a different vibe for me than I've ever played before. So I think that got in my head a little bit for a little while, but he was up, I think, at 1.3. We got to hole 24 and I had a great tee shot. I was 40 feet deep, and I hit the putt and won that hole. I went to hole 25, hit the first tree off the tee, and was probably 10 feet off the tee pad off to the left-hand side, and then threw the shot of my round where I got all the way to like a quarter of the way up the hill on Mount Misery. It was an insane shot. Ended up winning that hole, and I ended up coming back and was able to close it out on 29 and win 2-1. It was a real roller coaster of a round, but it definitely gave me a new perspective into Team Challenge as to it's not always, just having a good time and throwing and having fun. Like, some people take this very competitively. So it was something different.
I think I hear what you're saying. Jaimen, what percentage of matches that you play would you say are like that? I mean, especially when you're a captain and such, there's probably a lot of focus.
I feel like everybody's there to win in C-Pool, but like it's not usually on the outside. Like everybody's nice and happy to be like hanging out with new people, but they're also like 100% there to win.
So would you say Tim's experience as far as like noticing it like that is a rarity then?
I would think so. I think that guy sounds a little bit like a tryhard.
I will say he was not into it at first. Whatever it was, I could throw a lot further than he was the first few holes. I went out of bounds on 13 almost where the tree is hanging over the fairway. And he was back to where the trees are, like, the only trees in the fairway there. So I had 100 feet of distance further than him. And you could tell in the first few holes, he was very down about it. But as soon as we got back in the trees and he started getting points, he was very into it, needed to know where my disc was, had to know everything. And then when I started taking points again, he kind of wandered to the back of the pack. He wasn't really talking to anybody. He was definitely there to win the match without having a good time with everybody else.
Yeah, I always know where the guy I'm playing's disc is. I always know what his throws are, but I'm not like stomping around and go, where's your disc?
Yeah. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Corey, would you echo Jaimen's statement about like you don't normally see it overtly like that?
I don't know how rare it is to have like a pretty dead even like competitive matchup, especially in singles. A lot of times someone's the sheep and someone's the wolf. So if you get into those more evenly matched up ones where especially if the team feels like they need to win this and every match counts, not that that's not the case like Jaimen said, but I haven't personally had someone that's like so adamant about being that particular, but usually, when it comes up, if it's necessary information for a specific thing, well, respectfully will approach that, but I have not had an experience like Tim has described. Something maybe he was getting JPark. Maybe he was getting frustrated with JPark. That's pretty classic.
I had that thought when Tim was telling the story. Like, maybe he was just mad about the holes.
Maybe Tim was getting lucky as hell the whole round. He's like, I can't beat this guy. Where the hell is this disc? He's getting through everything.
That was not the case. I will assure you of that. There were a few holes that were like that, but most of them I was getting JParked and he was getting through all the glass. So,
and not to say that that's anything negative towards the guy. guy? It didn't sound like he was being a dick.
No. And like I said, I thought I was going to say this wrong. He wasn't a bad guy. He complimented nice putts and nice shots. He was a good guy. Like, there was nothing negative about him. It's just I've never experienced that in a team challenge setting where I'm like, I really got to walk like, I threw a great shot. I could be in the circle. I have to walk all the way up to where it is and then now get out of your way so you can know exactly where I am. It felt weird.
Exactly. And to his point, he might be like, well, if he's right next to the basket, do I need to make this
Right.
or do I need to, so I get 100% what you're saying.
Yeah,
I don't
especially in
take it as a
match play.
negative. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't take it as a negative. It was just, like I said, it messed with me mentally at first. And it took me a few holes to be like, okay, he's going to be this competitive. I need to be in the same mindset he is. And it took me 4 or 5 holes where I lost the lead and had to fight my way back through it. So that was what I took out of that.
Got to lock in, buddy.
Yeah.
I want to give Jacob a huge shout out. I played with Jacob Bethel and Tim King.
Butler?
Yeah, Jacob Butler Bethel. Sorry, I meant to do that. This was one of our biggest differences in scores, whereas Tim K versus Jacob Bethel. So I saw them throw Tim K. He's a young kid. He had a monster forehand. And I just was like, okay, if they're going to throw him, I'm throwing, Jacob, who we have rated as one of our lower players. Jacob played so well. He's so smooth. Some of his throws were just so clean. They, didn't touch it. He went up real quick. I think he was 4 up through 5 holes. Tim came back and played really well in the woods, but they were tied going into 29. And Jacob, he got around the bend on 29, but not like too far up. He was still behind a lot of the trees that are in the fairway there that you got to get around. And he threw a shot that put him to 10 feet from the pin from there. It might have been the best second shot I've ever seen on that hole. That ended up putting him 1 up, and that's really what won the match for him. He played lights out. He was so smooth, so clean. His putt was great. Great guy to have on the card. His vibes are fantastic. So the Butler really delivered. It was
Butler did it?
Yeah, the Butler did it.
At your service.
Yeah.
He told me when he saw the logo for the team, he knew he was in the right place. So, yeah, he's definitely very chill.
Yeah, he played awesome.
Nice. So, Evan, looks like you also were put out. Am I right there, Tim?
Yep. Evan is another one I usually will throw to.
How'd that go?
It went well. It was a good time, good card. I had John Kirby on my side, who is great to play with. John's a great player. And John was playing against Ira. I played against Zach, and I might say his last name wrong, Mazzoni. Randy, do you know if that's right?
It's Mazzone, and I actually know him.
I know, because he asked me if I knew Randy and Kat Bemis.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, definitely. And he said he played Ultimate with Kat.
Yeah, he went to her college.
Yeah. Yeah, Zach was a great guy. I don't know, maybe Tim can say what the matchup looked like. I feel like he was favored.
He was.
Yeah. And I could kind of tell, you get a sense of kind of where somebody's at pretty quickly. We started on hole 8, and he got a point on me on hole 9. I got one back on 13. He took one on 14. And then I actually got 3 in a row from 19, 20, and 21, which put me up. But then the further back into the woods we got, he was just kind of, that much closer, or, I was just a little off. Felt like I was playing pretty well, but he got 4 in a row on me and then finished it out on hole 30. So he beat me, I think it was 4 and 2. But John, he played against Ira, who I want to say was from the Bronx, and Mets and Jets fan, really chill guy, a little older than me.
So he's half okay.
He's half okay, yeah. I thought that Pat and Ira would probably get along, but neither one would admit it out loud to the other. No, he was cool. John Kirby, if he played with him, throws really pretty far and putts really, really well.
I don't know anything about his throwing. I know he's a really great drawer.
Oh, no, you're thinking of his Uncle Jack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. John won 5 and 4, but then hung out. Ira went in, but John stayed with me and awkwardly carried my bag. Yeah, card was great. Still no points for me on the season at that point, but John got a point, so we were coming in, with a split card there.
So it looks like you guys had a lead 10.5 to 8.5. Tim, with your stratagems, did you feel like you needed to be at least tied, or did you feel confident if they had got a point or two? What was the thought there?
I was anticipating that we'd be close to tied. I think everything I was running through was having us pretty much tied, maybe 1 point each way. But coming in with 2 up, I thought that was better than what I was thinking we would end up with. So that was pretty awesome.
It was pretty suspenseful because they were up 8-7. 4 points were out playing, and we came in with 3.5 out of those 4.
Yeah,
that was a
awesome.
Huge relief to go from being down 1 to up 2 at the break.
This was your first time doing a spread. How'd that work out?
I thought it went off splendidly. Shout outs to Eric Struna for bringing coffee and donuts early. Also, if you're looking at the board, this new scoreboard we have, courtesy of Eric Struna and Worthy Signs, is awesome. I'm very proud of it. I think it looks great. Terry Hudson made minis for the team with our logo. Kenji brought firewood, so we had a nice fire going because it was a little chilly, not too windy. Beautiful day, just, not warm.
Is that a lemon smoking a joint?
No, it's a lemon with a frisbee.
That's a
flying
frisbee.
by. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a frisbee.
It's a disc.
I know Eric made it, but
Well, nope. My buddy Phil is responsible for that logo. It's a frisbee, but I can see
it's
how
very small from my perspective. I only need to see the writing on the board, so I didn't enlarge it to see the logo.
The spread was great. Multiple people told me that it was one of the best spreads that they had been to, which, whether they were just being nice or not, it was awesome to hear that. I want to make a quick shout out because the match was on the 15th of November, which is my wedding anniversary. So when we were trying to plan the match, I kind of counted that date out, didn't think it would be doable. Was talking to my wife about it, and she was like, no, it's cool. You can do it that day. So shout out to my wife,
Bro,
Jen.
that's a trap. Wait,
Nope,
I know that.
I thought
Wait,
so
what the
too.
hell?
Listen to the story. It went off awesome. She was totally down with it. She came at lunch with my daughter, and they brought some baked ziti and stromboli from the restaurant where she manages and hung out for lunch with us, which was awesome. And then after the match, we went out for anniversary dinner. We had a nice steak dinner, so it worked out. So shout out to Jen.
Damn, you got a real one.
Yeah, man. It
Yeah.
was...
If it was a trap, she didn't show it while she was there at all.
No.
She was happy to be there. Emma was happy to be there. If it was a trap, she's a really good actress.
No,
I'm just
it
going to
was,
say it worked out this year.
No, she's great. Very supportive and has been very supportive of me doing this, and the time and travel commitments that go along with it. Spread was great. The things that I had were Josh Lee's caldo, which was delicious. Kenji made braised chicken thighs, and I had Justin Hickok's barbecue Korean beef. Tim, you want to talk about it a little bit, but I don't want to.
Jay Gorsage showed up and told us he couldn't wait for us to get to Sea Pool for the spread. So that was pretty awesome as well.
So you're up 2 points. Tim, what's the thoughts with Dubs? Did it change any of your strategies?
No, actually, it fell right into what we wanted to do. We feel like with Amber and Miguel as some of our top players, we really have a strength with uneven numbers like we had, because playing them as a single, it gives us an advantage. So when they came up to us and asked if we wanted trips based on the score, we didn't want to do trips based on our strategy of having one of those two players to be able to be the solo there. We really were pretty good to move forward with that. They got to throw first, and they said they wanted to throw a mixed card. That was fine with us. We had that backup plan as well. And I mean, Amber Stout is just dominant as a solo. This is 2 times now that we've had to play her in the second round as a solo, and she's crushed both of them. So we feel like that's a real strength that we have in this team. So we were pretty good in that strategy. Again, during matchups, I felt really good. The only one I probably wish I could have done a little bit differently is I threw John Kirby against their best with Devin. I probably could have switched a team or two there to give us a better opportunity to get those points there. But that was probably the only one I felt like was a mistake. But other than that, I felt really good walking out of doubles too.
So was Joe a response or a put out?
He was a response. So they threw Josh H and Zach.
And what was the thought there?
That team was a middle of the road team, and Joe I know are a great team. So that was one of my higher ranked doubles teams. So I knew we'd have a pretty good shot there to get points. So I just took the advantage because that was a pretty middle of the line team that they threw out. So I felt like that was almost a guaranteed point in that matchup.
No pressure, Joe. How'd it feel?
I was happy to have Joe Riley on my team. That kid can just bomb it. So it's just nice to have him as a backup to my crappy throws sometimes. But on that note, we started on hole 3 just across the road from 2, and I went out and solo birdied it. And that was the first time I've ever birdied that hole. So I was pretty happy about that.
That's a pretty good one, right? That's one of the new ones across the first new one across the street.
That's a great birdie.
A lot of stuff to get through is all.
Yeah, it's just like you have to throw it, and then you have to get it to go right a little bit, and then you're throwing your second shot, still a pretty far shot up there, and yeah, it just worked out. I threw a nice hooligan flip, and it just turned exactly how I wanted it to. Set me up for my second shot, ripped one up, put it with like 15 feet from the basket, and then put it in for a 3. Took that hole on those guys, and then we both birdied hole 4. I think all 4 of us threw it in the woods off the tee box, though. Nothing too competitive on 4. Hole 5, T-bird 3, kind of nice little S turn, put us right in the middle of the fairway. I threw one up on a little hill there, probably 15 feet from the basket. And of course, Joe Riley threw one about 10 feet from the basket. So used his, took the 3, took that hole as well. Birdied hole 8, 9, 11, 33, and 34. Pretty much just won pretty much all the holes. I think they won one hole that we parred, they birdied. Yeah, it was a great matchup. It was happy time for us. We were able to just kind of play smooth and clean and didn't have to work too hard on it. Although Joe and I both had some scrambling things that we had to work on, but worked out well. So thanks for matching us up with Josh and Zach. It was a fun card, though. Those guys were great to play with. Fun round. Was it hole 9? Joe threw this throw that went straight, hit the ground, and just skipped left. He put it 10 feet from the pin. That was a nice pull right there. It was kind of a kick in the gut to those guys because it wasn't a great throw, but he threw it, went through everything, and they landed probably 35 feet from the basket. There was no way they should have come close to that, but it worked its way through, and it was nice for Joe to be nice and parked so that we could just take the birdie and walk away. But yeah, we just played well. Joe and I complement each other well. If one of us misses, the other one is pretty good at fixing it. So we've been teammates for quite a few different doubles rounds over the years, and it's always nice to play with him.
Heck yeah.
He also likes to bust your balls even if you're on his team. So it's pretty funny. He'll give you shit, and then you either clean it up or he just keeps giving it to you.
And then, Tim, did you play with that Monahan guy?
I did play with him. I realized the last few weeks after listening to Brandon talk about Josh and how Randy talks about Tyler, I don't talk enough about how much I love Brian Monahan.
Yeah, you do.
Do I?
He did sponsor this episode. I don't know if you know.
He did a hell of a job sponsoring this episode because he really just kind of picked my giant ass up and carried me around the course in the second round. We did not play well. I don't know. The guys we played against they were fine. I think we probably should have won that match. I think we could have easily won that match, but for whatever reason, we could not ham and egg. Either one of us played a hole well or both of us played a hole bad. We eventually got back to being one stroke back with 3 holes to go, and we ended up screwing up hole 5 in the back, and we were down 2 with 2 to go, and we had to go for it on hole 6 and try to give ourselves a chance to see if we could get back in it, and we both just screwed the hole up. So we ended up finishing an even. They beat us by 4. It was not a great doubles round. We didn't do much spectacular, but Brian's awesome. I love him very much, and he's a great doubles partner. So I just need to start bringing that energy to the podcast so that everybody knows that I feel the same way about Brian that Randy feels about Tyler.
I don't know if anybody feels about anybody the way Randy feels about Tyler. So
it's close. I think I'm close to the love that Randy has for Tyler that I do for Brian.
We'll see.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm not okay. Let me rephrase. Randy, I do have a picture of me and Brian together, very similar to the one you and Tyler took last match. Yeah, I'll send it in the group. It's very close to that.
And Evan, am I correct in saying that you played with Brandon's Josh in doubles?
No, so far this year, Josh is my doubles partner.
Okay.
And we wanted redemption because we played well at Flat Rock and we lost because the other team had a great round. So we were hungry for a win.
How'd that go?
It went really well. We started on hole 1. I got a solo birdie on hole 1 with a long throw-in, which felt awesome. And then Josh and I kind of cruised. The other guys didn't do as well. We beat them by 8 strokes. And had a great time doing it.
It's kind of crazy because usually you don't want to start your round off with a birdie on hole 1. Sounds like maybe that's a myth.
I guess that is a myth.
Is that a bad omen sometimes?
It's too good of a birdie. It can only go downhill from there.
That is a pretty good freaking birdie.
It felt pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I've ever done it before. I want to shout out Josh. He got a solo birdie on 10. He threw an absolute bomb. And Ira was on the card again from round 1, who had played against John Kirby. So now he's playing doubles, with me on the card again. And this time I have Josh Lee, and Josh threw this just smash. And Ira just looks at me like, oh, man, what the hell? I was like, well, it's all good, dude. Yeah, great round. Good times. Felt really good to get a win, decisive win, and help contribute.
You mean John King Kirby?
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys won the first round 10.5 to 8.5, and doubles it was 11 to 8 for a overall win of 21.5 to 16.5, and that's undefeated.
Undefeated in the division. The only undefeated team in our division right now. Feels pretty good.
Heck yeah. This is where the pressure starts. Just saying.
Bring it on. We're going to Pyramids next month.
When? Do you have a date?
Saturday, December 6th.
That's the day of the Wilcox Wonderland.
I think it's also the day of the SPAC Winter Welcome.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed to be missing that as well because it's a fun charity fundraiser, the Winter Welcome.
What does it fundraise for? Do you know?
I think it's for the Franklin Shelter in Saratoga.
Oh, nice.
So basically, we just bring up a bunch of needed goods like cookware, clothes, shampoo, like all the essential kind of things. Basically, we donate. I mean, every year it's a ton of stuff. It's usually a big turnout, and I'll bring like 20 different things. Every item you bring, you get a raffle ticket.
Oh, heck
And they'll have like 30 different raffle items. It is a really good time. It's fun. It's an interesting way they do it too. You play a round, and then after you play your round, you get matched up with a doubles partner, and your scores get added together. Now, my doubles partner could be somebody different than my actual doubles partner's partner. So if that makes sense. So like my doubles partner is Evan. Evan could have Corey as his doubles partner at the end. So there's just a difference in addition of how you did on your round. So I think the first year I ever did it, I got matched up with Tyler Calzada, which was nice. So I ended up taking second that year. But it's just fun. It's a good charity event. But yeah, a little disappointed. It falls on the same day. So we're going to have to miss that.
All right. Well, we had another team challenge match. Stonykillers was at Dacey, the Owls, right, Alex?
Yes.
Is that Massachusetts?
Yep. Franklin, Massachusetts.
What were your thoughts going in? Is this a good team? Is this a beatable team?
So Dacey's always a solid team. They had moved up, not last year, but the year before, to C-Pool after beating Tank in finals, which is always an impressive feat. But unfortunately, they did end up coming back down to D-Pool this past year. Looking at the stats, it definitely looks like a beatable team. Nobody was really jumping out at me as, these are massive talents or these are people that are going to be impossible to beat. That being said, we've played at Dacey a couple of times. It's a very, home team friendly course. A lot of woods, a lot of knowing the lines, a lot of understanding where you need to be on the course in order to score. So, it's always tough going to somebody else's place and trying to win, but it's definitely within the realm of possibility.
So how did your match go?
So I was thrown out because I like to think I play better than my rating, especially in match play. And I ended up against John Phillips, who apparently I'd played before. And, as we played the round, I kind of recognized him more and more. But it had been a couple of years at that point because I think it was at Dacey the last time I played against him, which would have been 4 years ago at least.
Papa John Phillips?
I don't believe so.
Oh,
super nice guy, super encouraging to everybody on the card, our team, their team, everybody. I was playing with Kevin on our side. We sort of felt good about Kevin's match and, not so good about my match, and it ended up flipping a bit. My opponent was definitely missing a couple of putts and screwing up a couple of easier things. If I had been playing at full strength, I think I would have, taken it a little bit more comfortably, but I decided I wanted to be the person who misses 18 footers constantly instead and lost out on like 3 or 4 points that way.
that's like me. I do the same thing.
But I was able to make a couple of long putts and get enough to keep myself, right along there with him. Was eventually able to take it down. Kevin unfortunately lost a little bit earlier, but sometimes things go that way. But yeah, felt good about the match. I was a little bit sick. I'm still a little bit sick. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it.
I can hear a little bit, yeah.
It's one of those days where we're running a little bit short on people, and maybe if we had the full squad, things would have gone differently in singles. But didn't feel too bad.
Didn't Travis have like a tooth thing? Was he there?
Travis was not there. I believe he's still recovering. November was a difficult month for us. We had a lot of people who, were not available on basically any weekend. It was very tough to get something scheduled, but we were able to scratch together 16 guys and 3 ladies to make it to the match at least.
And apparently still his tooth is somehow connected to his right arm, but no, that's that's cool. But you got the win. Randy, how'd your match go?
I had a good match. I played Mike Mahoney, which is an extremely rare name in Massachusetts. I think it's the 3rd or 4th Mike Mahoney I've met.
It's like a Southwick.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think I got up pretty early on him. I was like up 3 through like the first 6 holes. I really like Dacey. It's a fun course. I think it suits my game. It took Mike a little bit to warm up his putt, and then all of a sudden he was pushing holes and taking holes with some really great putts. Right near the end, I had a few errors. He was able to tie it up. The second to last hole, where I threw pretty perfect drive, had like a 70-footer maybe for birdie. That it was a hole that used to be a par 4, but some trees came down, so they made it a par 3. So in my head, I was still kind of like putting for eagle, even though I guess it technically wasn't. And then I threw the worst up shot of the year, if not my whole life. It was like a half run for a 70 footer, and I put like no spin or any effort or anything, and it like hit a tree like 6 feet in front of me. So when I should have laid that up and ended the round, we pushed it instead, and I was lucky to take a last hole on him with a really nice tee shot. So kind of got away with one. Felt like a round I should have closed out a little earlier, but Mike had some great putts. I will say the entire Dacey team is going to listen to this episode. Eric Wilson told me so.
So what's your record against Mike Mahoney's?
Well, the first Mike Mahoney I know was my drum major in marching band. The next was my boss at the YMCA when I was a camp counselor. So I think I'm only maybe one, and I think the only Mike Mahoney I've beaten was this last weekend. Yeah.
So, but you're undefeated against Mike Mahoney's.
I don't know. Having a boss named Mike Mahoney feels like you won.
That's a valid point. Nice. And how about their spread?
Spread was nice. They've got this sort of hidden tournament central area. Holes 1, 2, and 3 are kind of separate from the rest of the course. And then right by hole 4, they kind of established their area. They had a lot of things going on. They had fried chicken. Somebody was doing fresh grilled cheese. They did breakfast burritos, chorizo and sausage and stuff like that. Randy, what are some other things I'm forgetting?
Did you say potato soup yet? Because
I did not say potato soup, but I heard good things about that one too. Oh my God.
It was, classic potato soup, but then they had all the fixins like cheddar cheese, bacon, all the stuff. I took like 2 bowls. It just absolutely hit the spot on a cold day.
Yep.
I think that was my favorite spread in like years, honestly.
It was very good for sure. They had hot apple cider, like a mulled cider type of thing. Yeah, very, very good.
I just want to point out the Dacey board shows they had 4 players not playing. You guys had 7 not playing.
Yeah, unfortunately we had a chunk of people who were not available, including, some of our top players. But
we mentioned Travis jokingly with his tooth, but Andrew Dorrell, right?
Yeah,
Dorrell. Sorry.
He was out. Chad Larson was out. Travis is out.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was an L, but yeah, okay. Yep. Now he's pretty good too.
Yeah. No, if we were at full strength, it's I don't mean to spoil things too much, but you guys are looking at the board. You know what you're looking at, but the listeners might not.
Yeah, I see you guys are down 10-9 from singles. Were you thinking we got to match them? We got to be up 1 or 2?
We were sort of half and half. We had an idea of what we wanted to do, but because of all the things that we wanted to make happen, choosing to respond first in the afternoon was the better choice to have, more control over more matches. So if we had done everything the way we wanted to, we would have had singles ladies and doubles pairings of ladies. But they ended up throwing out a single guy first to throw that off. But when they had done that, we were just kind of into the, if we win 5 doubles matches, that forces at least a playoff. And then, if we win anything else beyond that, then we win overall. But a playoff is pretty reasonable. And that only requires winning 5 out of the 10 matchups that are out there, which is, very doable.
And you played with Sam. How'd that go?
It was a great time playing with him as always. Unfortunately, we bogeyed the first hole. So started out in the hole, which is, never where you want to be. But we clawed our way back. We got back to even after a couple holes, and we were up 1, then back to even, then down 1, and back to even. And it kind of bounced around like that for a while. Then towards the end, I think we were back 1 going into 18, and they picked up a birdie off of a really nice second shot. And we were unfortunately caught up in the trees a little bit, ended up taking a par there. So we were down 2 going into hole 1. Hole 1 is an eagleable hole, but you have to be really aggressive about it. And, we're back 2 with 3 holes left. We started on a hole 4. You got to get aggressive. And unfortunately, that put us in the position where we could only get a par. Although, honestly, I think we are salvaging a par from where we were off our drives was, I think, pretty impressive. But they got the birdie, so it put them up 3 with 2 left. I think we both birdied hole 2, and then hole 3. We know we're out of it. I'm sort of joking around. I'm telling them, all right, I need you guys to both go OB, and then we need to throw in an eagle to make this work. And I ended up in a pretty dang good position to throw in an eagle, and then they both went OB, and everybody's sort of starting to think maybe there's something here, but we didn't make the throw in. Got our birdie, they took a bogey, and we ended up losing by 1, which unfortunately seemed like the story of the day for a lot of the doubles teams.
What about your story, Randy?
Yeah, so for me and Tyler's match, of course, Tyler and I were together. We played Tyler's opponent in the morning, and they had a battle. And then this guy, John, who I played in singles last year at Stonykillers, and we both shot really hot and battled. So I knew it was going to be a really tough match. And yeah, we were neck and neck like the whole time. I'll be honest, Tyler hit a ton of putts. I think that goes without saying, but like I was definitely in the driver's seat for the tee shots. You know, it got down to the wire on our final hole. I think we were tied. It was a hole I was really comfortable with. I went to throw my tee shot, slipped pretty bad, and, you know, maybe only made it halfway down the fairway. And then Tyler's shot, I don't think got past the first tree. So yeah, after a really great round of battling with them, we ended up kind of just losing on a lame, messed up tee shot kind of hole. But no, it was really fun. It was a great time playing with them.
The match Tyler against Rob G, he won one up.
Mm-hmm.
That means that we went to the last hole, right?
Yeah, they battled all the way to the last hole. Yeah. So I knew it was going to be a tight match the whole time, and it was.
So you guys lost by 1. Alex and Sam lost by 1. And like Alex said, kind of the theme, they ended up getting you 15-4 in doubles. But I mean, Meg and Kat lost by 1. Joe and somebody in hieroglyphics
Luke
lost by 2.
Yeah, Joe and Luke lost by 2. Sam and I lost by 1.
Yeah. Max and Nick lost by 1, it looks like.
Yeah, Joe and Kevin won in a playoff. Nick and John won by 1. Randy lost by 1. Max and Nick lost by 1. Bill and Steve lost by chunk. But yeah, if all of those, you know, lost by 1s had flipped, you know, it's a whole different story. But there's a lot of what ifs that can happen there. It was sort of like with Sam and mine, you know, we lost by 1, but it really wasn't that close.
Yeah, that's kind of what you were saying. Who knows what actually.
There's a reason we play these things out, you know. Anything can happen.
So what's that put you guys at for this year? Is that 0-2?
We are 0-2, unfortunately. And, you know, we've played 2 away matches to start off. So we're not panicking. You know, in our third away match, we have a chance at winning. But, you know, the story with Team Challenge is you're sort of expected to win your 3 home matches, expected to lose your 3 away matches. And if you win your neutral, then you got a pretty good chance of making playoffs. So, you know, we're still on track for that. And we still have, you know, 1 potential away win available a little later in the year. So anything can happen.
And what's your next match?
Next match is December 6th. We are hosting the Bare Bottoms, who are a team out of Vermont. And I'm really glad we didn't have to travel all the way to Vermont for one of our matches.
So again, same time as the Wilcox Wonderland. And what was the other event?
Winter Welcome.
The Winter Welcome. But you guys still have hope for finals.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like you lost 2 home matches or anything.
There's no panic yet. Yeah, if we had lost a home match and an away match, or, you know, we'd be a little bit off. We would lost 2 home matches, then we'd start feeling real worried.
Yeah, and you'll get some of your guys back too, so that's something.
Yeah, that's a big hope is for our December match to have full power.
If you're not going to have them, you'd rather have them on the road than at home.
Exactly.
You don't want to miss those guys at home, is what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm going to interject. I just had to run away because I heard Kat yelling, and I assumed like a child had, you know, died or something.
Oh my God.
No, she was rearranging the laundry room and like hit a water valve, and it was just spraying everywhere. And her reaction was to just yell instead of turning the valve off. So
then what happened?
I just ran into the room and turned the valve off.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought maybe the water was still going.
No, it's still filling.
I was afraid like a pipe had, you know, sheared off. No, just turn the valve. That's it.
Thank you, correspondent Joe Caron. He sent me a link to the Winter Welcome, so now I'll have it for information.
You're welcome.
Purposes. I appreciate that. Randy, 9-pin cider last week. How'd that go?
Last week went well. Something happened that made me get there really late. So thank you. Adam Nelson got there nice and early and helped get things set up. I think I only ended up designing like the last station or something. Another rainy Monday. So the Ace Pot was outside under 2 pop-up tents this time. So people could wait under 1 and throw from under 1. So small improvement.
Except for Tim, who still had to duck and cover.
Yeah, sorry, Tim.
It's all good. I knocked the cone off it. I didn't make ace though.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been putting a cone on top of the Ace Pot just to make it a little bit more visible from far away. It's kind of a weird lighting situation in that parking lot. So yeah, just one more thing to hit, like a flag on a basket. You know, you did almost a good job if you hit the cone.
That was helpful for tonight. I have to tell you that. It was nice having that cone there.
In the paid portion, Jason Gorsage, Kat Bemis, Nick Cardone, and Ryan Martin all shot 14, got $15 each. Adam Nelson came in second, got $45. And Chris Myers got 16 points and $55. In the non-paid, JJ Knapp scored 14 points, but Brandon Klein tied the paid league and got himself a free flight, hopefully to somewhere far, far away. No,
Ba-dum-ts.
maybe it'll be next year on Southwest, and I'll have an assigned seat. It's all ties together.
Call back.
Anything else on that, Randy?
You did remind me the scores were pretty low, and I will wholly blame Adam for that. He made it kind of difficult. So
Yeah, last week's layout was tough, and I don't even want to talk about my score.
you still somehow beat me by one stroke. So good job.
Yeah, that trash can on the hole one was an interesting.
That was actually my idea. I'm the worst.
Yeah, thanks on that.
Yeah, the push putters of the world did not appreciate that.
The Melvin Throws Putting League had their first week at the American Legion. Melvin's Road post 1231. Looks like third place, Kat Bemis and Mark Ox. Second place, Patrick J. and Stephen M. And your winners is that Nick Warren. Does anybody know?
If it's Nick
Yes.
W, I have to assume, yeah.
And Sam Richter, probably, because I know he was there last year.
That certainly tracks.
Yeah, so Nick W. and Sam R. your winners. Disc Beat Club, Kevin Kroenke won his own league. Robert Pupke came in second. Skyline Friday Handicap League, Robert Valecki won at Oasis. Glow at Crandall, David Carpenter and Andrew Chamberlain shot a -7 to win. And Long Island Sunday Dubs played at South Haven, the new disc golf course. Dylan Schmalfus and Ryan Burrell shot a -2, but so did Stephanie Power and Josh Winkler. So there was a tie. Anything else?
Very quickly, I have a quick apology to issue. I think I had said Tower of Power had not scored more than 9 points previously. Going back and looking at it, I was either looking at the previous year's scores and didn't look at 24, or was looking at just single scores or something like that. Yeah, Tower of Power had scored significantly more than that in a couple of matches, so not bad on that one.
Is this their third year?
Third year.
Yeah, this is our third year.
I thought this was only their second year, so I would have only looked at 1 year myself. So
I think I thought the same thing.
Let's be honest. The only person that really needs to apologize is B. Klein.
Oh, not me? Phew. Okay, cool.
Yeah, why would you, Corey? Well, you didn't say they'd lose by 20.
I didn't say that. No, actually, you're right. I was churching it up.
You were churching it up.
Yeah, my bad. I'm misread something somewhere.
yeah, no, I get that. Not too terrible. You guys got time for a quiz?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
No.
Well,
I'm game.
No.
you and Corey were going to be captains. Just because I feel bad. You guys were here the whole time. You contributed, but we didn't really get to talk to you guys.
I didn't do much except got way too drunk at a wedding over weekend, so I didn't have much else to add.
Yeah, I didn't do anything disc golf related. So
Well, no, but I mean,
No
I
biggie.
appreciate the fact that you still came on and hung out. But if you got to get going, I totally appreciate that too.
I just figured 6 people was still plenty.
It's 100% plenty. But again, my feeling was just that you didn't get to say much. So I felt you and Corey should at least be captains and get to order these fools around who just gabbed on and on for, the last 2 hours.
Still down.
Oh, yeah, no. I'll captain, but I'm going to I don't mind picking teams.
Absolutely. Let me just grab my whiteboard. Jaimen, you got the first pick.
All right, I'm going to pick Tim.
But you also will get the last pick if you're not playing. So this is Team Jaimen without Jaimen. Tim. All right. Corey, who would you like?
I'm taking Joe. I'm taking the wild card.
You going with Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Corey. Appreciate it.
Don't let me down.
Jaimen, your second pick.
I'm going to keep them together and go with Evan.
Corey, who you got?
I'm going to go with Alex.
All right. And I guess I did say you got 2 picks, but doesn't that
I had an extra pick. I picked Jaimen's last pick too, basically.
leaves Randy, right?
Yeah, which is the last pick.
Yeah. No, I mean, but technically
I can't believe I've gotten
it's
to
your
this point.
But yeah.
Randy, you're first in my heart. How's that?
That doesn't fix anything.
You're third in my heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Jaimen, what do you got coming up?
We got a away match this Saturday against the Bombers, which is at Borderland.
And it's only $50 to park there.
It feels like it.
think
Yeah.
it
Wow, that's like a Met game.
And you can only be there for an hour and a half because they're going to close at 4.
All right. Well, the good news is we'll have something to talk about next week. So awesome. Well, thank you, Jaimen. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
Later, Jaimen.
Later.
I can't believe I was last pick.
Randy, I'm shocked by that too. Honestly,
I'm
when,
not clear
when
on
it fell,
who the teams are.
it's me, you, and Randy.
No, I feel like a winner, but like, how did I get here?
I was thinking the same thing.
You got there by not getting picked. No one wanted you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You were a default option.
The other team is Joe, Alex, and Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just that
Pat's asking the questions.
general quality of the people doing trivia has increased.
I think that the
Thanks,
tiers
sir.
need to be reevaluated because he hasn't done a comic book round in a while, and I'm not doing so hot. Just saying.
I'm hopeful he does things about anatomy or human physiology or I don't know.
As long as it's not math and words. When he does, this word is the English, like the Greek that I'm done. I don't know words.
Dude, I was a history major. I love words.
Oh, see, I was a history major and I hate words.
I took a scientific terminology
Oh,
class.
God, that sounds terrible.
And I was the only history major. It was full of math and like biology majors.
I was going to say, that sounds great.
That sounds terrible.
Evan, I've been sitting on a comic related category for months, but I did so many of them. I pissed Jaimen off, I think. Not like literally, but you know what I mean? Like,
He's probably not the only one.
yeah. So I have it. It'll just come out and it'll be like bing bong.
It'll be like that in that I won't realize it till question number 6.
Mm-hmm. So Team Jaimen, we got Tim, Evan, and Randy. Team Corey, Joe, and Alex. I understand that Joe's the guest and Jaimen's not even here, but his team is going first. They got first pick and they get to go first. I've got 3 categories. 2 of these categories are disc or no disc. 1 is a local disc golf knowledge. Each one has a bonus question. So all questions are worth 2 points. Tim, Evan, and Randy, would you like category 1, category 2, or category 3?
Randy, since you were last pick, I think you should do the honors.
We'll go 3 because I was picked third.
Oh, I like it.
All right. Question 1, category 3. I think this would be a good time to address that Tucker Kozlowski pointed out that I did not mention the Widowmakers at Revolution match enough. This is not a full category about it, but I have a couple questions.
Oh boy.
Question 1, who won the singles match between Alden and Tucker at Widowmakers at Revolution New York Team Challenge match?
Oh, my gosh. Alden.
Tucker.
I'm going to say Tucker.
I'm going to say Tucker, too.
Okay, we agree.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Tucker won 2 and 1.
Nice. Good
That's
job,
close.
Tucker.
Nice job.
Your bonus question, who had the hot doubles round in the Widowmakers at Revolution New York Team Challenge match? I will give you multiple choice.
I know it.
Oh, you know it, Randy?
Okay.
I think I just know it.
Well,
Well,
I want to hear the
let's
choices.
I want to hear the choices.
Let's, okay, don't let me screw it up this early.
Yeah, don't screw it up. Let's hear those options.
Randy, you could DM me who you think it is.
You'll let us know at the end if that was the case or not, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Your choices are A, John T. and Pat for the Widowmaker. B, Levi and, is it Cubit?
It's Cubit.
Cubit for Saratoga. Or C, Logan and Cody for Saratoga.
Oh, I said it on the podcast. It was Logan and Cody. They shot a 38.
Okay, I thought it was Cubit.
Oh,
Oh,
why? Based on what?
no.
Let's talk it out. Based on
Oh,
what?
No, now I'm...
Oh, I said it on the podcast, though.
Well, I can give a little insight because Tim might feel strongly because, well, no, never mind. I'm not going to.
Now I feel like I'm wrong. Like, I feel like it was Logan and Cody.
They did shoot a 38. I'm 100% confident in
38
that.
is crazy work.
Okay.
That's what, 16 down?
17?
I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever. We're not here
whatever.
for math.
Not the
I'm
lowest.
going
it's been.
with Tim on this one.
He said 100%. So
Well, I'm 100% that's what they score. I'm not sure that's the hot round.
you sounded pretty sure.
No.
Randy
I'm
had an
100%.
answer.
Okay.
No, I think you're right. I was thinking about Cubit because we were looking for people to sub for this weekend, and I was looking
Gotcha.
at the scores, and I
Gotcha.
remember being like, "That's a really great score." But no, I think you're right. I think it's Logan and,
All right,
and
let's
Cody.
go with
See,
Logan
Pat.
and Cody.
We ended up getting Cody to play for us. If you didn't notice,
I did.
Yeah, well, we tried. That's
Yeah,
what
we
I was going
tried
to say.
Yeah, that's all. That's
But
all.
good
So you
for
guys
him. And
going
good
with
for you.
Logan and Cody?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, John T. and Pat shot a 41. Levi and Cubit shot a 39. And Logan and Cody shot a 38. So you are
Oh,
correct.
God.
There you go.
That seems incredibly good. Is that, I mean, I understand it's doubles.
That's really good.
Okay.
It's really good, but to be, not disparaging of the Saratoga course, there are a lot of birdies available on that course.
It's really good, but I
think
that's
they call that birdie or die, don't they?
Yeah, it's very much a birdie or die.
Are there any par fours?
I don't think there's any fours anymore.
Yes, there is.
Hole one.
Hole one.
There's
B.
one.
Yeah, hole
1
one B.
4.
Oh, okay.
So that's a 15 down, 38?
Must have been, yeah.
If it's a par 55?
55 minus, it'd be 17.
Oh, I went the wrong way. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, I did math.
That's why you're here. That's why I'm not going to promise there won't be any math, but Corey, Joe, and Alex, would you like category 1, category 2, or category 3? I promise neither is an anatomy category, Joe. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say 2.
Sure, yeah, let's go 2 then.
Happy with 2.
All right. Question 1, category 2. From the Latin for destruction, what word was in the nickname of Wild West woman Martha Jane Canary? From the Latin for destruction, what word was in the nickname of Wild West woman Martha Jane Canary?
It's like Calamity Jane.
Sounds about right. Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
I'll vote on that.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is the Calamity a disc?
Oh, the Calamity.
I like it.
No, that's humanity.
Oh,
Sounds like a fun disc, but
Doomsday disc makes discs that sound like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've made a Calamity, but it seems like a very good choice.
yeah, I'm down with saying yes.
yeah, I mean, I'm good with it. I'm probably
happy,
wrong,
yes.
but sounds good.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yep.
no.
Thanks.
All right.
Oh, the
Tim,
Calamity.
Evan, and Randy, you're up 2-1. Category 2 or category 3? Category 1 will be saved for a later date.
I will be no help in 2.
Let's do 2 then.
Based on what?
Because it's words. I suck at words.
He hates that kind of stuff.
I do hate that kind of stuff.
That's fine. Maybe I'll be able to help with the local disc golf, but either way, I'm just happy to be here.
I think my strategy of going against Tim in the past with the local disc golf knowledge was a failure. So I think we should go with that category.
All right, let's do it. Let's roll with 3.
Going with 3. Question 2, category 3. In the singles round of Widowmakers at Revolution, Tyler Calzada went against Nick Terralavoro and Carly Calzada faced Kristen McDonald. Which of them won their match? In the singles round of Widowmakers at Revolution, Tyler Calzada went against Nick Terralavoro and Carly Calzada faced Kristen McDonald. Which of the Calzadas won their match?
I have a thought, but I want to hear what because you seem pretty confident there with your...
With my
Yeah, with your Your had a lot of confidence in it.
I was going to say Tyler.
I think it's Tyler too, because I think the ladies on Widowmakers got the points the first round.
Well, I'm going to go with Tyler because he's handsome and perfect.
Yeah, I was going to say you have to, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tyler.
Pretty sure I've never heard Tim call Brian Monahan handsome. I'm just saying.
Oh, you haven't played a doubles round with us then. I say some things to him when he makes a big putt. So,
Is your wife know?
okay, can this be cut? Because I have a story about this.
Off the record?
Yeah,
Depends.
off the record. Yeah, it depends. That's fine. You can include
It'll be
if
for
you
the
would.
Patreon subscribers.
Yeah, it's the Patreon subscribers. When I first started getting back into disc golf and playing with Brian like every weekend, my mother legitimately thought I was cheating on my wife. And I'm like with my friend in the woods with Platt, and she's like, I don't know what you're doing in the woods with another man.
That is kind of where those things tend to exist.
Yeah, that's actually pretty normal.
Yeah, so that's my mother had legitimately thought I was cheating on my wife with Brian Monahan in the woods. So
I'm sure Brian was flattered.
I get it.
Yeah, she's not even that far off base. I
No.
mean, other than the fact that we would all think it's silly, but normal people wouldn't.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, there it is.
All right. So what's your final answer? That's more important.
Tyler.
Tyler won 2-1. All right, your
Those
bonus
matches.
question. Name one player from either team that won in both singles and double. Name one player from either team that won in both singles and double. Saratoga had 5. Wilcox had 3. So you have 8 options.
Okay, and right now we know 4 names, right?
We know 2 names, right? Oh, no, you're right. We know 4 names. You're right. You're correct. That could be it.
That could be it.
Right.
Do we go with Wilcox lady though because we know they did well?
I gave you like 10
That's-
names. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
he did. He listed a bunch.
He did. That is very true. Or do we go with one of the guys that because we know they won?
No, I mean, Kristen's a solid pick in this case. Is that what you were thinking, Randy?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already know she won her singles. singles, and if we
Yeah,
think
and-
the ladies scored a lot.
Yeah, I know we only talked about the match for 60 seconds, but
It was 3 minutes edited down to like 2 minutes. Just saying.
well, since I'm not playing New York anymore, I should take upon myself to do some research before we talk about them, so I know what happened if I wasn't there.
It was actually a good point by both Tucker and Kyle. Like, we don't necessarily need recaps, but if I thought ahead of time, like, oh, we're not going to have anybody from this, maybe I should just take it upon myself to, like you're saying, do some pre-round research and just make some notes. And I didn't do that. So in the future, I will. So I'm glad they pointed it out. I like when people point that kind of stuff out.
We will reduce their taxes for their lack of representation.
Yeah, I'm good with Kristen because I do think the ladies were good, and Wilcox, I think that's one thing I do remember looking at. They were better. So Kristen's a good pick.
Okay.
Do you guys agree?
Yep.
You are correct.
Let's go.
Super secret bonus point, Corey, Joe, and Alex. Would you like to name one more person?
I have a guess.
I can't give you any more information. This is a super secret bonus point. So
Who did they just say?
What do you got?
Kristen and who?
We just said Kristen.
Yeah, they said Kristen. They were debating me.
Yeah, it's just one person.
Oh, I thought they had to get two of them.
now just name one player from either team that won in both singles and doubles.
My first thought would be
I would have said
Tucker.
Levi.
Levi is a good pick.
Tucker did win in round one. Levi, I'm pretty confident, won in round two, and he's a surprisingly good player. Plays far above his rating, so I feel like he'd have a pretty good chance of winning in round one as well.
Well, we know Tyler won his first, so do we think he potentially won the second?
Also a possibility.
I'm good with Levi. I'm confident in his abilities as a launcher of discs that he probably did well.
There you go, Levi.
Levi? Well, for Wilcox, we had Christina N. and Emily B. in addition to Kristen M. Saratoga, Logan Akins, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Ryan Clare? Ryan C?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Charles
Yeah.
C?
Carpenter,
Charles Carpenter Jr. the third.
Yep.
Chuck G, the rapper.
Gordon.
Okay. And Levi V.
Nice.
You are correct. You got the
Wow.
super secret bonus point that will
Woo.
rarely, if ever, pop up. So you guys are down 4-2. What category would you like? Category 2 or 3?
We got two schools of thought. Either we don't take threes because we think we're going to lose them and then get stolen, or we do take threes because we want the easier ones and hopefully we take a couple of points away that way.
I was kind of leaning going towards
That's what
three.
I'm thinking. I think three. Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Unanimous three.
You going with
Right.
3?
Mhm.
All right. Question 3, category 3. Who is the only two-time winner in the MPO division at the Disc Cap Volunteer Finale? Who is the only two-time winner in the MPO division at the Disc Cap Volunteer Finale?
Pretty sure it's me.
I mean, I know Corey has won at least one, and I was pretty sure there were only two.
Oh, yeah. Oh, was it only two or was it three? Either way, I'm pretty sure it was me.
There could have been three.
I just want to hear Randy say it again.
Yeah, I'm happy going Corey.
You
He
guys
sounds
agree?
pretty confident. So, yeah.
Based on my research, there have been 3.
Oh, no.
3 two-time winner? Oh,
No.
tournaments.
Three events.
two-time winners.
I'm like, am I that far off?
Corey won
How
this
many events there
year.
have been?
Wasn't it Justin that won last year based on a previous question? And then Corey won the first year.
Nice.
Makes sense to me.
So Corey is correct. Your bonus question, who was the only two-time winner in the FPO division at the Disc Cap Volunteer Finale? Who was the only two-time winner in the FPO division at the Disc Cap Volunteer Finale?
I mean, it's got to be Kate, right?
Kate makes sense to me.
Yeah. That's where I was at.
Yeah, I don't really remember who played. I think it was Kate. I think Kate won the most recent one, but I don't really remember.
Yeah, it was just her and Megan, and Kate definitely won this year.
Sounds like.
Oh, I know.
we
Wasn't
got-
Kat there too this year?
I don't remember.
Randy?
Randy's not. there.
No, I still think the answer is Kate.
I was
though.
in Texas, so I didn't pay attention to any of it. I missed out on Burbine and the volunteer tournament being in Texas.
You gotta pick your battles.
My instinct is
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
that Kate won this past one, so I think that's a pretty good indication that she has won at least twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So you're going with Caitlin?
Kate Clay.
Mhm.
Yep.
Team Jaimen, who is the only two-time winner in the FPO division at the Disc Cap Volunteer Finale?
My first thought was Megan.
Yep.
Randy, I think it's your wife.
Mm,
She won it in 24 when I played it. Did she win it the year before?
at SPW? Is that the
Yeah.
year
Oh,
before I
that's the one I
messed this
forgot.
whole thing up
Yeah.
again? Oh, shoot. Did she win at SPW? Well, if she won it at JPark, Megan won this year in that playoff.
Yeah, I'm 100% confident she won it in 24. I don't know about 23. And I'm pretty sure Megan won it this year, not Kate.
I don't know how much Megan was playing like that long ago,
Yeah.
or if she was in FPO. So yeah, probably
Yeah.
Kat.
I think it's your wife.
I agree.
You guys agree?
Yeah, this guy's wife.
hmm
Well, way to steal back that super secret bonus point. You are correct. Kathleen
Wow.
Mamis won it in 23 and 24. She gets bonus points for being the most common answer in our little trivia here. All right, that was a steal. Would you guys like category 2 or 3?
You want to just keep taking threes while we have them?
I think so.
Okay, let's go 3.
All right, question 4, category 3. Who has the lower PDGA number? Greg Kurtz, Jeff Wachowski, or Kenji Klein? Who has the lower PDGA number? Greg Kurtz, Jeff Wachowski, or Kenji Klein?
So I know Kenji's because he's on the Lemonheads. So I look at his a lot.
like
A
hourly?
lot?
Or,
Yeah, like,
Well-
what's a lot? That's let's circle back on that. Hold on. Let's circle back.
okay, circle back.
My inclination was Kenji. I don't know why. I think I saw it once when I put it on a spreadsheet, but I'm not checking it out very often.
Okay, well, it's on my main spreadsheet that I look at every single time I do rating updates and everything. So
You are a very good assistant captain, and I appreciate your diligence.
thank you.
So.
He's 37,000. So if that helps at all with anything else, I don't have a clue on the other two,
No.
but I know he's 37.
Greg told us his on the podcast, but I don't remember.
Yeah, but he isn't our lowest on our team either.
Who is? You can't just leave us hanging.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
That's not even
Miguel.
relevant.
Sorry, Miguel is our lowest. He's like
Oh.
29 something.
I'm going to stay irrelevant. I'm like a captain of a team, and I have never written down or looked at the PDGA number of any of my players because I just type in their names.
Okay, well, you know it's a lot easier to do? Type in their numbers.
No, it's not because I know their names. In
Yeah,
my
but I
head.
know-
just type them.
Okay. Randy, we can talk about this later. The numbers are way easier than the name.
I don't believe you.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, is Greg's not as old as we think? Like, I feel like that's a
That's the trick. I think
That's
that's
like the
the trick
trick.
here, right? Yeah, I think that's the trick here. I mean, Jeff's was what? He started playing in Michigan, right?
yeah.
And that was what, 06, 07?
That's a different time zone. So, like,
I think actually, well, Kenji was what, 07, 08?
I don't know. My guess is Kenji, but it's based purely on vibes.
All right, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with that.
I mean, Greg seems like the obvious answer, but
I don't think it's Greg.
Right,
I feel like he
that's the
didn't
thing.
buy in until way later.
Yeah, I'm fine with Kenji if that's what the thought. Because I agree. I think Greg is a trap.
I'm good with Kenji.
Let's go with Kenji.
You guys going with Kenji?
Yeah, did sound good there, Pat.
Corey, Joe, and Alex, I can't give you that because it's multiple choice. I will tell you the answer, and then I'm going to give you guys the bonus question because I think you deserve it because I wrote it, and I'm not going to waste it.
Makes sense.
Can we answer just for shits and giggles?
You can answer for shits and giggles, no points, but who you guys think? Obviously, it's not Kenji.
I'm going to say Jeff.
Yeah, I'd say Jeff.
Alex, you agree?
I am happy going with Jeff.
Jeff is correct. I'm not going to give you the
Yeah.
numbers yet because your bonus point is Kenji's PDGA number, and if you listened, Tim was pretty close. Is his number higher or lower than the combined PDGA numbers of Jeff and Greg? Is Kenji's PDGA number higher or lower than the combined PDGA numbers of Jeff and Greg?
Do you remember what Tim said?
Yeah, I said 3,900.
39,000?
Yeah,
That's definitely lower than the combined of Jeff and Greg then.
I think so as well.
That seems right.
We're taking the under, Pat.
Going
Yeah.
lower?
Yeah.
Kenji's PDGA number is 37,696. Tim said 37,000, so he was pretty close.
I look at it all the time.
Greg Kurtz PDGA number is 27735.
Oh, no.
Jeff Wachowski 11653 for a total of
Over.
39,388.
Holy, I didn't realize.
So you are correct. His PDGA number of 37,000 is lower.
What's the difference?
I did not do that math, but is less than 2,000.
Yeah.
actual retail price.
Mm.
Hey Tim, whatever happened to say less?
My bad. I know.
You're just giving it all away, man.
I didn't think that would play into it.
Go put
at
$5
all.
in the jar.
Yeah.
And you guys were talking about Greg. Greg wasn't even an option.
Greg's issue was his number is 27,000, but that's because he joined a different league because he came on and he talked about it. He's like, I joined this league,
Yeah.
which dissipated. If I had joined
Right.
the PDGA at that point, I would have had a super low number, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So Tim, Evan, and Randy are up 5-4. But Corey, Joe, and Alex, that was technically a steal that I didn't want to waste a question on. So what category would you like, 2 or 3?
I think we stick with 3, right?
Yeah, I'm good with 3.
You want to go for question 5 and 3?
Yeah.
All right. I'm trusting you guys to know some things.
All right. Question 5, category 3. What disc golfer who's been a PDGA member since 1998 has 7 career wins, including their last one at the Greater Milwaukee Open in the MA40 division? What disc golfer who's been a PDGA member since 1998 has 7 career wins, including their last one at the Greater Milwaukee Open in the MA40 division?
This is a Joe Caron question. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, MA40 local. What was the year? Do we know?
1998.
Wow, MA40 in 1998.
Yeah, would they start off as a junior?
To like 70 or 80 now. I'm not going to do the math, but
No. They've been a PGA member
Yeah,
since
yeah.
98, but they just won.
no.
It has 7 career wins, including their last one at the Greater Milwaukee Open in the MA40 division.
Sorry, I was asking when that tournament was.
That could have been, 5-10 years ago.
Yeah, that I
They
can't
won.
answer.
Ooh,
but-
that's a good point. I didn't really think about that. MA40 and travels.
Yeah.
And who would
it was
go there?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Mhm.
Who are some guys you've played against, Joe?
I don't think it's anyone I play against. I think they're older than me at this point. Just saying.
Yeah, that's true. Yikes.
I mean, do we think it's someone I was thinking maybe it was somebody who's on the Revolution or Wilcox, but I don't think so.
Trying to think of who's MA40 on Saratoga. Danny White. Where is he at right now for work?
I don't know.
That's kind of a good point. I don't know how long he's been playing for, but also he's definitely been playing pro, and has one thing sent potentially playing
Oh, but he's not
MA40.
MA40 now.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, that's true too. I have no idea. Like,
Brian Heller.
I don't know.
yeah.
You said it very confidently. I'm not upset with that.
Corey says a lot of stuff very confident.
Hey, confidence is like 90% of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like Joe Jardine, but he would have been pro. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no
all of
idea.
the older people that I'm thinking of tend to play pro, unless it's like Kenji.
Yeah,
Brian Heller.
I got nothing. There you go.
You guys
Sure.
know Brian Heller?
Mm-hmm.
Tim, Evan, and Randy, what disc golfer who's been a PDGA member since 1998 has 7 career wins, including their last one at the Greater Milwaukee Open in the MA40 division?
No idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What if it's just Jeff again?
Would he play pro though?
I don't know.
It popped in my head just because of the geography.
Yeah.
But it would be back to back, right? He was the last question. I don't know.
I know. It's just-
He's had to win 50s, right?
oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, right. He's had, because he plays a lot of those, and he's had to have won MA50s or MP50s, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, we don't need to talk about it being Jeff. I was just having some fun.
Oh, okay. I did try to think of it like it's obviously not Greg. It's obviously not Jeff. Kenji's, no. I think they all have way more wins than that, than 7. And none of them would have started in 98. Well, maybe Greg would have, but not. The other 2 were in the early 2000s. So who's local that has been playing for 37 years?
That's so long.
Yeah, not 30, 27 years. Sorry.
That's
There we
still
Who's around here that's upper, that doesn't win a lot?
MA40 player.
Yeah, MA40 player doesn't win a lot. It's not Thomas Selez.
Pat Keenan.
Pat Keenan.
Pat Keenan, no. He's gotten more wins than that, hasn't he?
7
No, he only
career
has 2.
wins?
He only has 2.
Surely.
He only has 2. He only has 2. Okay, I'm good with putting Pat. Let's do Pat.
No,
we know it's
it's
wrong, but
whatever you want.
You guys good?
Yeah, I got
We got
nothing.
I got nothing.
So I guess this should actually be called Local Disc Golf / Podcast Trivia. Because we were looking for JVD,
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Van Derzen.
Wow.
The funny thing is, I was going to jokingly say Terry Miller,
That's
which would have
funny.
been kind of close, but
Well, if they're not local, they'd have to have been on.
yeah,
yeah.
I would have been kind of close. Better than Brian Heller. That was a throwaway.
Good answer.
No bonus points for this because nobody got it. Is his PDGA number higher or lower than Jeff Wachowski at 11,653?
Higher.
98.
I'm going to say higher.
It's got to be higher.
Yeah, higher.
His is 14,324,
Yeah.
so it is in fact high. All right.
Captain Anheuser.
That was Corey, Joe, and Alex. That was your initial question, right?
It was, yeah.
Correct.
So Tim, Evan, and Randy, would you like question 6 from category 3 or question 2 from category 2?
Let's take 2.
Let's play the numbers. Yeah, let's go to 2.
Take 2. Yep, I agree.
All right, question 2, category 2, replacing the traditional conquest in many modern pop culture depictions. Which of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse is often associated with disease and plague? Replacing the traditional conquest in many pop culture depictions. Which of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse is often associated with disease and plague?
I think it's pestilence.
Okay.
Is that one of them?
Is that? I don't know. The 4.
It's like war, death,
Famine.
pestilence. All right, yeah, sure. We shouldn't have said all the answers.
I
Yeah.
know. I wasn't
Yeah.
going to point that out.
I
but
didn't
you're
say any
correct.
of them.
Good boy, Tim.
Yeah, I kept my mouth shut.
You were a good boy.
Thank you. Randy.
No,
Hey, I think we
Tim.
got
No,
it at
Tim.
least.
Tim.
Sorry.
Tim, when I praise you, you don't snap on Randy like
Oh,
that.
sorry. My bad.
You're learning.
Thank you.
We're going to go with pestilence, Pat.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Is the pestilence a disc?
I think so. That feels like a doomsday.
It sounds sick.
It does sound
You're right.
really sick.
It sounds like
right.
disease and plague.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
and
about
if it's a whole, like a big giant war horse, imagine that stamp. That'd be fantastic.
I agree.
All right, let's go. Yes.
Hmm.
Doomsday Discs, December 12th, 2022.
Heck yeah.
Corey, Joe, and Alex, category 2 or category 3?
I sure don't want category 3-6.
Yeah.
Not without Jaimen.
Category 2, question 2 wasn't exactly an easy one either.
I did know it.
That
though.
sounded like an Alex question.
Oh, that's good. That definitely didn't. All right, yeah, let's do category 2, 3.
All right. Question 3, category 2. What word for disease that causes plants to wither may be early or late when it afflicts potato? What word for disease that causes plants to wither may be early or late when it afflicts potato?
Wait.
Frost?
Is it blight?
Blight is the word that came to my mind as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, blight is definitely something you talk about with plants and diseases. So I think that's a pretty good guess.
Did you have something different, Joe?
Nope. I mean, I said frost, but it's not really a disease. It's just what popped into my head immediately.
Mhm. Yeah, let's go with blight.
Is that from your extensive history into the Irish potato famine, Corey?
Too soon.
Is the blight a disc?
I love it and hate it. at the same
Yeah,
time.
that's pestilence is like a cool word. Blight.
I don't.
Still
Yeah,
kind of cool.
just kind of rhymes with flight, but otherwise doesn't really go with a disc.
I'm kind of leaning yes.
I was also leaning yes, but I mean, it feels very much like a toss-up.
Yeah, I'm like 51% no. So you guys, I'm good with moving over a couple of percentage points to your side.
Yeah, it sounds like yes.
Let's go yes.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doomsday Disc, September 29th, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Back within 1. 2 rounds to go.
I think I missed a point somewhere. What do you have the scores at?
I have it at 7-6. What do you got?
I had 5-7, but I also very much might have missed it.
I also had
I
5-7,
have
but I wasn't
7-6.
sure if you were counting the super secret point or not.
The super secret point counts. 100%.
Yeah, 7-6
Okay.
with the secret
Yeah,
point.
okay. That's what I want. I just want. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
cool.
Tim, Evan, and Randy, you're up 1 point. What category would you like? The last question in 3, or we got question 4, category 2?
You want to stick Evan with the
Yeah,
words?
let's stick with the words.
Let's go with the
Stick
words.
the 2, yeah.
All right. Question 4, category 2. Randy,
Yes.
what World of Warcraft expansion from
Oh.
2010 introduced a fully redesigned Azeroth, allowing players to fly in the old world for the first time? What World of Warcraft expansion from 2010 introduced a fully redesigned Azeroth, allowing players to fly in the old world for the first time?
Oh, God. I don't want to be wrong. Cataclysm?
Oh, that's a killer word, Randy. As words go, I like that one.
As much as Tim
And Tim
hates
doesn't
words,
like words.
Yeah,
I
Thank you,
don't
Pat,
like
exactly.
words, and that's a good word.
I started to say Wrath of the Lich King, which is clearly
That's
not the
a word.
answer.
No, that's several words.
Oh, I'm scared. I don't know if it's Cataclysm though.
No, Randy, it's a good word.
Uh,
I don't know anything about World of Warcraft, but I co-sign the good word.
I didn't play, so
No, me neither. I just
there's no way if it's wrong, I'm not gonna be able to think of the right answer at
Well,
this
then
point.
don't say. Remember, say
yeah,
less.
Yep.
exactly. Let's not give up any other. Although,
Yeah, don't even think about it. Although you did say Lynch King again, you screwed up. But
No, that's not the answer.
what are the odds that Alex knows it if this is
I know
wrong?
it. Don't need it.
Corey
Alex.
knows it.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Wow.
Sorry, little
Okay.
bro.
So
Randy,
All right,
let's
we'll go with
Now I'm
Randy's.
scared. Now I'm extra scared.
No.
No.
Randy, get excited. Here we go.
Yeah, and just
guys
know
agree?
we will turn on you.
Yes. No, we
I
won't.
don't, but we're going with it.
is the Cataclysm.
Oh, thank
Randy,
God.
you're
Oh,
so
I was
good
trying
at
to
this
psych him
game.
out.
I was
so nervous.
I wanted you to say Miss of
Wait,
Pandaria.
Corey, did you not know it?
No, I just wanted Randy to say the Panda
Oh.
people.
You wanted me to say the Miss of Pandaria.
Yeah.
Cataclysm. That's a great word.
I say yes.
That was my favorite expansion, I think. No, I think Wrath was. Anyways, I think it is a disc.
I think that's probably Doomsday's first disc. I'm just guessing.
Okay. I love the word, and I hate words.
Okay.
So that's my statement on it. I'm going with yes.
Yeah, I'm just going to let that hang.
Yep.
You guys saying yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Doomsday Discs, August 29th, 2022. All right, Corey, Joe, and Alex, category 2 or category 3? Question 5 or question 6?
I say we stick with 2.
Sure.
Go for it. Let's do it.
All right, question 5, category 6, from the German for overturned. What word can mean an event causing great and unusual sudden damage or suffering, or the denouement of a drama, especially a classical tragedy? From the German for overturned, what word can mean an event causing great and unusual sudden damage or suffering, or the denouement of a drama, especially a classical tragedy?
The word that keeps coming to my mind is fallout, but it doesn't make any sense for that to be the right answer.
Hang on. Are you sure? There was a lot of words that Pat got through, and I don't remember any of them. Because I kept trying to focus on the last one, but I didn't hear the current one. So all I remember is German for overturned. However, I think if we get that reread going in thinking about Fallout, 1, it might sound even better, and 2, we won't be able to think of anything else because we'll be thinking about Fallout.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is Fallout is stuck in my head and I can't think of other things, but I'm pretty sure Fallout is wrong.
Oh.
German for overturn.
Let's get that one reread back, Pat, if you can get through it one more time.
From the German for overturned, what word can mean an event causing great and unusual... Corey, you're in my head.
I'm trying to get in everybody's head.
From the German for overturned, what word can mean an event causing great and unusually sudden damage or suffering, or the denouement of a drama, especially a classical tragedy?
See, I don't know what that endowment, whatever word that is.
Denouement.
Denouement, I actually had to look it up to pronounce it correctly, and I'm only 50-50 sure I got it right.
I'm pretty sure like the climax happens and then the denouement is like what happens after the climax.
So like the Fallout. I mean, Fallout definitely goes with like the category. It kind of works for that middle piece about like a sudden tragic.
That's.
I already voted Fallout before you even read it the last time.
What are you saying, Alex?
I don't think it's Fallout, but I cannot think of the word that I'm trying to think of.
I wish I knew some German.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's be a good time for it.
It's not calamity. We already had that one. It's like disaster or
Destruction, disaster.
Fallout.
I mean, honestly, disaster sounds like a better word than
Fallout.
Fallout.
It kind of
to
does,
me.
but I still think it's Fallout. Alec.
I
I'm
prefer
with disaster. I don't
disaster.
think it's Fallout, but it
All right,
could be.
disaster it is
Yeah,
then.
Going with disaster.
Fallout doesn't sound too German.
Yeah.
Tim, Evan, and Randy,
Yeah.
Team Jaimen, from the German for overturned, what word can mean an event causing great and usually sudden damage or suffering, or the denouement of a drama, especially a classical tragedy?
Say it.
I hate words.
I think I know this one. Okay. Pretty sure it's catastrophe.
All right.
I also wrote catastrophe down.
Beautiful. I didn't write anything down because I didn't know
That is
what it
another word
was.
for the denouement.
Denouement.
Excuse me?
Denouement.
It's French. Denouement.
I'm just saying, this is the word I said.
Just saying, if any of our foreign listeners are in the French-speaking part of the world.
I had actually also heard it as denouement, but that was English class. So
Yeah, I could have learned it in French class. That's very possible. I don't know.
I bet it's one of those like French words that got borrowed into English
Yeah.
and now we pronounce it wrong.
It's absolutely used in English commonly, so it's probably not. Nobody's saying denouement except for me, like an idiot.
And I also had this one last week, so I hadn't listened to what the pronunciation was in over a week. So
Evan, how do you say DuPont, like the paint company? You say DuPont?
See, that's DuPont. No, because that's a proper name. That's a
Are
company.
you sure?
what's your answer?
Catastrophe.
Catastrophe.
You
Yeah.
guys agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is the catastrophe a disc?
Of course it is.
It has to be.
Yep.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, no.
What?
The
Mm.
Damn, I wanted it to
Hate
be
to hear
Fallout
that.
more than
But
Alex.
that was a steal. You guys are up by 3 points going into the last round. Very important. Would you like question 6 category 2 or question 6 category 3?
Category 3. This is what Tim.
Wait.
You're up, buddy. Right?
What?
No,
No.
I think I don't think that's the strategic choice.
Okay. I'll go with whatever Randy wants to do.
I think we go with category 2.
That makes sense.
That may or may not be the wisest choice that Randy has ever made.
We'll find out. Stay tuned.
Andy.
Question 6, category 2. Historically used as a literal term for a multi-lashed whip. What word is now more commonly used metaphorically to describe a person or thing that causes great trouble or suffering, or, in the World of Warcraft universe, is the collective name for the vast empire of undead beings initially controlled by the Lich King? Historically used as a literal term for a multi-lashed whip. What word is now more commonly used metaphorically to describe a person or thing that causes great trouble or suffering, or, in the World of Warcraft universe, is the collective name for the vast empire of undead beings initially controlled by the Lich King?
I would love to try and tease this out with my own thinking, but Randy, just tell us what it is.
No, I'm like totally blanking.
What?
Oh, what?
Oh, as soon as he started reading it, I was like, man, this is a layup
This is
for
perfect
Randy.
Randy.
Okay.
Well, okay, so like like the
That's
Lich King
fine.
part, I totally am not thinking of right now because that came out 100 years ago.
Wow.
Or-
That's a
or
long
like
time ago.
2012. Multi-headed flail.
Flail came into my head too, to be honest with you, but I
Like
don't know if it
flail
makes
doesn't
sense.
sound good for like a bunch of undead people.
Yeah, or for someone in common, like, or in modern usage for someone who messes up stuff. Whatever he said.
Lash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that what the undeads are?
No, I nothing is coming back to me from that expansion pack.
Okay.
I mean, he would travel to go see people who play the game, but he
I
doesn't remember
know.
anything about it. But vindicated from Cataclysm, so
If I didn't get that one, I think
this is probably my last ditch effort to get Randy to.
no, you're gonna keep finding ones because I never know the answers.
It's got, and it would fit this category. It's probably something I can't think of anything though. So flail or
Yeah. Words.
man, I'm not mad, but I have
All
no
right.
idea.
You sound mad.
No, I just
He's not mad. He's
I'm not mad.
disappointed. Let's just go with flail. Whatever. We said it. Let's not let them use it against us.
Going with flail?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
No,
You're
it
right.
doesn't.
Well, you got anything?
I'd rather go with lash if we're gonna go.
Okay.
with one
Fine.
of them.
Okay. Fine.
We're
Lash.
swerve to lash.
Okay, we'll go with lash, but the question included literal term
lash?
for a multi-lashed whip.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, I thought you.
Oh, Randy.
Corey, Joe, and Alex, historically used as a literal term for a multi-lash whip, what word is now more commonly used metaphorically to describe a person or thing that causes great trouble or suffering, or, in the World of Warcraft universe, is the collective name for the vast empire of undead beings initially controlled by the Lich King?
The only term that I know for a multi-lash whip thing is a cat o' nine tails. That doesn't really sound good for the rest of
No.
it. And despite my other nerdiness, I have never played World of Warcraft, so I'm never going to get it from that end.
My roommate was big into it in Florida.
Yeah, I guess that's strictly not true. I've played it for approximately 3 hours, but that's about it.
Well, if you guys get this right, you have a chance to win.
I'm pretty sure it's Scourge, and only because my roommate played down in
That
Florida.
is a very good word.
Yeah,
I like that a
I
lot.
do like
Not only
that.
because the last part of the World of Warcraft part, I really didn't play the game, but I remember him just going in on it a lot.
I don't know if the Scourge was undead though.
I don't know if it's a whip or not.
Yeah, I don't know if it's whipper. I mean, my only guess was flail. I like that one to begin with, although it doesn't really fit with anything else. So I would have been wrong with it.
I really, really like Scourge as an answer.
Yeah, let's go with that.
You guys agree?
I only know it from World of Warcraft. I don't know the rest of what he just rolled off his tongue, if it fits any of that, but
That's fine.
it sounds right to me, if my memory serves me right.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Is the Scourge a disc?
Nice.
Yes.
Randy, is that
That
trigger
doesn't even
anything?
ring a bell.
No?
I'm gonna be.
All right. No, that's
That's
cool.
funny that Joe got it and he hasn't even played it before. Is this Scourge a disc?
I like it as a disc.
Yeah,
but-
I kind of do too.
I mean, like the Scorch is a disc.
Mm, yeah.
Are we worried at all about that being, like overlapping
Nope.
and maybe
Not
like your
slightest.
hearings? All right.
I mean,
I
I
don't
was
say that
confident with
word the
Calamity
same
on
way.
question 1, so I would go by my answer on this one.
I say it's a disc.
I say we trust Corey. Trust in the captain.
Oh,
I've watched these episodes enough times That going against Corey is usually the statistically better answer. Sorry.
Yeah, well, let's say the disc though. It's a disc. It sounds cool.
I like it as a disc name, honestly. That was my first thing. But then, you said the Scorch, and I was like, yeah, that is close.
Scourge is good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
You
good.
going yes?
Mm-hmm.
Going yes.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Damn it! Every time he says it like that, when he asks again, that's the time to switch, and I need to start doing it.
But so you guys are down to final question. If we end up with a tie, we're ending up with a tie. Question 6, category 3. What former podcast guest has won 3 of the last 4 two-town turkey trots in the MPO division? What former podcast guest has won 3 of the last 4 two-town turkey trots in the MPO division?
Let's see, podcast guests that are good at wedge tournaments makes me think Antonio Albert.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Randy, you're not on our team.
Oh no, Kat started talking to me and I got distracted. You should go with it though. Don't change your mind.
Too.
I also support it, guys. You should go with that.
Yeah, Antonio Albert.
I don't know if they're trying to psych us out or
not
not.
worried
But I'm
about
not
that.
coming up with a better answer.
This is podcast.
You
after
guys would
dark.
know. I don't know the Southern players as well.
Yeah, it's got to be Antonio.
You guys
Let's
agree?
go for it.
Yep.
Congratulations, Tim, Evan, and
you
Randy.
motherfuckers.
Wow.
Victory lap. What former podcast guest won 3 of the last
Dated.
4 two-town turkey trots in the MPO division?
I'm still going with Antonio.
Yeah, we're also going to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
No
What
guess?
about Brinster?
No,
Do you
I thought that
wanna
was a
throw
great answer. I have no clue.
Do you want to throw Brinster?
He
Just,
recently moved out west.
recently moved out.
God.
west. Who moved out
Jamin would
west?
know.
Yeah, I can hear Jaimen talking about this guy.
We
but not
mentioned
the
him
name.
within the last month or 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No guess?
This isn't helping. No.
Cutler?
No, he moved. He lives in
No,
New
he
Jersey.
didn't.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just saying names I've heard Jamin
Yeah.
talk about.
I'm not going to drag this out. Do you
Nope.
guys want to take a
No,
guess?
no idea.
Yeah,
No.
no idea.
We're looking for Todd Springer.
Oh, yeah.
I never would have gotten that.
And our bonus question, since I'm not going to be able to ask it again, I couldn't find the results for the first two-town turkey trot, but who won the second annual two-town turkey trot? And without Jaimen here, it probably is useless anyway.
Brinster,
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. I believe he's a lefty.
lefty.
Second hint, I did not come in last.
Brinster while playing lefty.
He still could have beat me.
Yeah.
Actually, I mentioned him within the last couple weeks about the sandwiches he made.
I was just
yeah.
listening to this.
Yeah, I don't remember the
I don't
name,
have
though.
it.
Jeff Sullivan. All right, well, congratulations, Team Jaimen. Tim, Evan, and Randy, 9-7. Sorry, Joe.
All good.
Any birthdays coming up this week?
Oh, Pat Keenan. Oh, yeah, Pat Keenan.
Oh, we don't need to point it. I was laughing at Alex Sting Scourger, the magic card.
Yeah, when Joe said it, I'm like, oh, I remember that card specifically. And yep, no, that's definitely what it is.
I definitely say Scourge.
My birthday is actually today because it's Thursday, right?
Oh, yeah. And then
Yeah.
Rob Weasley.
Logan Atkins' birthday is on Wednesday.
All right.
Parker and Cole Scambati.
Earl Dakers.
Yep.
That's a guy.
That is a guy.
That's all I got.
Anything?
Nothing for me.
Nothing from
All
me.
right. Well, thank you, Alex, Evan, Tim, Corey, Jaimen, and Randy. And thanks for coming on, Joe.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
And sweet up, Hudson Valley. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks,
That's
Pat.
bad.
Thanks, Pat.
Why does putting and pudding spelled the same?
It's not. It's spelled Pudding.
Not pudding, but like putting. Like I'm putting this thing on a mantle.
I heard pudding too.
Well, because, yeah, that's the way I speak.
I run into the opposite thing with bass and bass. Like baseball and bass
Yeah.
are spelled differently.
Mm.
And bass is spelled like bass.
Yeah.
I have a bass sticker on my base case. Yeah, that's the appropriate response.
While I was back home this past weekend watching Wheel of Fortune with my parents, what was the category? It was like tech phrases, and the answer was literally turn your computer off and on, or something like that. Like, oh, I know this.
Control Alt Delete. Yeah.
Yeah, tell your buddies to Alt F4.
It works in probably about 50% of the cases.
Corey, Alt F4 is diabolical.
Oh yeah, you still catch people these days.
Classic chat room stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, classic video game stuff.
That closes out the current page or something?
Yep.
on the
Yeah.
screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Window, whatever it is that's open.
Press Alt F4 for a neat trick, and then everybody signs out.
It'll be interesting to see the behind the scenes of this.
Michele, his first thing was like, we'll get going. And he's like, where's the music? There is no music. We're very, very relaxed.
B-Clan said he thought it was more organized than he expected. He thought we were just bullshitting in a Zoom call.
We kind of are, but the thing is, everybody who's on here has done it enough times that we've established our own kind of thing. It's just like, oh, this is probably the time we're going to do this. This is
Right.
probably the time we're going to do that.
Yeah, the two things are don't mind dead air and don't be afraid to hit your own mute button if you have a mic that's a little sensitive.
And then don't forget to unmute yourself.
Jaimen's been doing this for 4 years. He still hasn't learned that.
Yeah.
I have
And
2
Alex.
mute buttons, which is my reason for that. I've got one on my headset and on the actual computer.
All you guys use the one on the computer, or at least a lot of times I see that one. I have one right on the microphone that's right in front of me, so it's much easier.
Yeah, I do too, but you told me that it makes a weird electronic noise.
Oh, yours
so I don't
was-
do that anymore.
Yours is terrible. at it.
Yeah.
Great.
Mine used to do the same thing. That's why I couldn't do it.
I use the one on the computer because then you guys can see when I'm muted, and then you tell me
Right,
when
exactly
when I'm
that
clearly
too.
trying to answer a question and you don't hear anything.